Get set because we are playing Final Fantasy X with Vermillion, and we are going to carry it over, so take it away.
Vermillion here, speedrunning Final Fantasy X here at MAGFest 2025. One of my favorite Final Fantasy games. I'm here joined with a good friend of mine and a fellow runner, Airlian. Say hi, Airlian.
Hello everyone, I'm Vermillion and I'm reduced to your counting app for the morning.
Yeah. So, we're just gonna get into it. So, if the first thing I want to talk about before we start anything is the category name here. It says cutscene removed with PC with no RNG manipulation. TLDR. I don't want to complicate you guys too much. Basically, this run's pretty random, and it's gonna suck. But we're gonna push through it tonight. This morning. I'm so used to saying tonight. My bad. And we're gonna get into it. So I'll let you know when to start the timer. But we're gonna pick new game. We're gonna pick standard sphere grid. Yes. And we're not gonna pick the arranged OST because the arranged OST is worse than the original by a lot. And also the speedrunning Discord would hate me for running this with that soundtrack. And Airline would hate me for running the soundtrack as well.
True.
And without further ado, we're gonna start when I say go in 3, 2, 1, and go. So here we go. And what name won the incentive? Is it Titus or Titus? What are we naming it? Yeah, we did
The
have
people picked with $352. The people picked Titus.
The correct name. Let's go. All right. I don't know about you, Erlian, but I've always been a Titus person. What about you?
Yeah, I've always grown up with Titus. It's just Titus doesn't sound natural.
Yeah, it just sounds weird, but it's technically correct. But I don't give him the courtesy of saying that, you know. Yeah. And if you guys notice, right now we're skipping a lot of cutscenes right now. This game has a lot of cutscenes. This is actually I'm pretty sure the longest Final Fantasy speedrun with cutscenes. So we're just gonna get through them. We don't want to see those cutscenes. And we're just doing stuff right now, going through Xanarkin. Shooing the fans away, Titus does not have time for this.
Hey!
And we unfortunately skipped a really cool FMV. You guys will have seen it before. I don't have to show it to you. I don't have to show it to you guys. Alright, just like that, stuff's happening. Something like I love about this one is if you've never seen Final Fantasy X before, you have no idea what's going on. Stuff just happening, and there's a lot of disaster and stuff.
Essentially, this guy right here is not going to be in this place for very much longer. Like, he's going to get swallowed up in some crazy creature, but without the cutscenes, you're not going to know anything about that. Like, we're running with cutscene remover, and we're running with True RNG, so it's like, okay, I love Final Fantasy X, but I want it in a bite-sized fashion, and I love losing money at the casino, so it's like, if you love those two things, this is the perfect category for you.
Yeah. It's usually the thrill of playing Final Fantasy X in a really fast way, because this game is really long for anyone who's played before. And most of it is honestly the cutscenes, but it was groundbreaking for the time. In 2000, I'm pretty sure, it kind of just blew like a lot of like games out of the water in terms of like presentation and stuff. And now we want to go fast. Alright, we have our first quote-unquote boss. We actually can't die to this boss, it's impossible. But we want to make sure it's fast. And we're praying for crits.
Get up! Some.
Alright, so we're going to do Orange Overdrive here, Dragon Fang. It's a really complicated input. Oh, I slipped my finger. But we get a little bit of damage here. It's gonna be another damage. We're gonna lose probably a cycle if we don't get a crit here, but it's fine. And then we get to use Titus Overdrive, which is basically a timing mini game. Basically play a rhythm game, stop the timer in the circle, in the little rectangle there. And we're kind of just wailing it. So fun fact about this part, if you're playing on PS2, this is about 20 minutes to the run. And we've got here in like 3. So it just really shows you how much the cutscene limiter just cuts down. Hoping for any crit here. Corn, you got me? No? We would love to see a crit here, guys. It's rare, but it would save about a cycle here. Not the biggest deal or anything. This run's really long anyways, comparatively to like most speed runs. And here we go, last chance, and we did not get a crit, so we're gonna go through one more cycle.
I'm ready for the Titus crit.
If he gets a crit right now, I would be a little upset, because this crit wouldn't matter at all. And nah, we're good. Okay, so we're just gonna go through it normally. So one cool thing about this run is that, I mean, this game in general, is every single action has a different like weight to it when it comes to the bar, the action bar on the right. And the weakest thing we're gonna use here is we're gonna use switch weapon. So switching weapons in this game is the weakest input you can do. So we want to have as many inputs as possible before anything happens. Or else this section will be a lot longer because we'll have Orin notice the tanker and it'll take forever. But we want Titus to notice the tanker and save a little bit more time. Orin just takes forever. And also, if you guys notice here, we hit Orin with Orin because it's faster. He needs to attack, but and the fastest thing for him to attack is himself. In this game, you're allowed to attack yourself. You have a very low chance of hitting yourself, but it's still an action you want to do. Did Final Fantasy stop doing that after this game, Aurelian? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Yeah, it's like, wait, why are you allowed to attack yourself? That makes no sense.
It's a little strange.
But it is funny though. It actually helps out a lot of situations in a lot of parts of the speedrun. Actually, which is really cool.
My old man?
If you're using manipulation stuff like that. And
Yeah, there's a lot of strategies that are omitted from this run because we don't have to manipulate. But on the flip side, there are strats that we have to do because we can't predict the future. The RNG manipulation is very, very powerful in the speedrun. It affects only battles, but you can predict drops in advance, crits, just about everything that can go any which way in the battle can be predicted, and you essentially just like play by the script, right? There are a couple things that can go differently because it gets pretty complicated when you take into consideration like what the enemies can do, and it's a lot less effort to just go boot up RNG, True RNG.
Yep. But it's funny because you explained all that part about RNG manipulation. We throw that all out the window playing this category. We're just like, we like the casino. We like not knowing what's gonna happen next. So we're just praying for good luck. And also, so one quick thing about this run. So we're gonna get a lot of encounters in this run. There's a 1 in 8 chance we get a preemptive, which is really good. That means we all go first before the enemy do. And we also have a 1 in 8 chance of getting an ambush, which the enemies go first. That's not good. And it's funny, we got a preemptive here. This is the worst preemptive to get in the entire game, actually. This is the only time a preemptive is actually not good. So we lose a little bit of time. It's not a big a deal, but it's funny that we got this right now.
Yeah, we're just trying to take damage as quick as possible to trigger the cutscene. So having the preemptive means we get more turns.
Gonna do a little bit of menuing there for better menus later down the line. We're gonna see the Aeon animations, but we don't want to keep seeing the complete animation. It takes too long. They are cool though for the first time.
Yeah, cursor memory is also very useful because you're gonna be like spamming the same command, and sometimes it's locked behind menus and such. We're gonna get a party member pretty soon that has steal and use commands that are pretty, commonly used. Like you're always using steal or use, so you don't want to be on attack every time and have to scroll.
Yep. This helps out a lot menuing this run. Honestly, the big part about this run is having good menus and stuff like that. So you can lose a lot of time just like being confused which menu you're supposed to do here. And just like this, we're gonna be into a fight. Just out of nowhere. We had no idea why we're doing this fight, but we're sitting there.
Give me
So we're hoping for crits or dodges here. Any of those two will help out this fight. And that's it. That's basically it. We just don't want to see any. We just want to see some crits or a dodge. Not looking good for Titus right now. Alright, we have one more chance for a dodge, and we got none. It's okay. Doesn't really matter that much. We're gonna heal here a little bit, and then now we have a party member named appropriately, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. There's a grenade here. There's a very low chance we get a crit. We got a crit. That's really funny, actually.
Ain't no way.
That's a very, 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 very low chance of getting a crit. Like, I'm telling you, like, that happens to me, like, one every, like, 1,000 runs. That's crazy. That just happened on
awesome.
stage. Nice.
Cool. And you won both 50-50, or no, you won that 50-50.
Yeah, we got 50-50, yeah. And this fight is actually looking really, really good, surprisingly. That grenade crit would help out a lot. I'm gonna just attack here and just pray that we end the fight here. Probably we do. Yeah, we do. That is a really fast fight.
That was sick.
Yep. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm happy we showcased a grenade crit, because that never happens. It's about a 3% chance. Very, 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 like, low odds of actually.
Yeah, very low odds, and on top of that, every time you steal, right, the first steal you commit on an enemy, you get a guaranteed steal. It's either the common drop 7 and 8 or the rare drop 1 and 8, right? But if you steal again, your odds are reduced by half, and it's reduced by half every single time you steal. So it was low odds on top of winning the coin flip.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Because you want to have grenades for a boss coming up.
Yep. Oh, we got a double steal. That's crazy. That's a rare steal. We're getting really lucky right now tonight, this morning, guys. Maybe get another steal? Is it 50-50 as well? And we got it! That's crazy! Alright. Are you sure this is random? Did I pre-plan this? What's happening? Alright, so speed sphere here. So what Erling's gonna do, he's gonna keep track of my sphere counts to make sure that I'm on the correct pace here. So right now I'm at
yeah, that's speed. The real reason I'm here.
Yeah, he basically is. So basically, the thing about this run is we have this optional spheres that we need this run. We need 16 speed spheres that are optional, and we need about 6 power spheres. In general, actually, it's about 15 speed spheres now. Actually, the route changed a little bit, but we need that number before the end of the game, or else we can't complete the game. Actually, the current route we know. And
depending on the drops, we'll have to adjust our strats and maybe pick up some kills later on.
Yeah, I get to do a really cool strat here because we have 6 grenades here. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna steal with Riku. I mean, my bad. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I can't say that name yet because we don't know who that is yet. Defenatitis. And then we're just gonna throw a grenade, and this will overkill both piranhas, which will give us potentially 4 speed spheres, which would be really cool to see. Alright, let's see it. We got the worst drop, and the piranhas also drop something that no other enemy can drop in this game, which is nothing. So we got nothing as well. Alright. Ty's tech tips where you just smash on the, light there. It worked somehow. And we're on to a really funny boss, The name of this boss is Tross. Funny name.
So this boss, the start of the fight is pretty pivotal in deciding what kind of fight it's going to be. You don't want to preempt it.
So we want to see below 350 here. We got a grenade crit again. Wait, what?
Okay. 2 grenade crits in the intro.
Okay, like I am not joking when I tell you guys this. That has never happened to me in a single run ever. Like, and Erling has seen me do this run a million times. He's never seen me do that before. If we get another one, that'd be crazy, right, guys? God.
Okay, so this fight's going a bit differently because of the crit. So we're totally like glossing over the fact that you wanted to under damage at the start to have Tross do the wraparound attack like later in the fight, but because of the crit, like you kind of get it without some of the downside.
Yeah, it's funny because
I have to go over twice.
It's funny because the grenade crit actually probably made this fight a little slower than it would be normally.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not even that helpful, but it's just cool that we got it.
There was a chance though.
Alright, so that's good. So funny fight. I want to show you guys. This is a CSR glitch only. You're usually not allowed to spin through that, but it's one of the only things about this. You can also swim with the sword, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It's also a cutscene remover glitch. So yeah, stuff's happening. We're leaving this airship now. So people are punching nothing. Some guy's floating. Don't really explain. I mean, you try to give a quick synopsis of what's happening in the run in the thing, but there's just so much happening.
Yeah, right.
And
I mean, you're about to get isekai. Like, it's about to be tonight, this morning.
yeah, like what just happened here? We're just to an island now. Yeah, don't ask what just happened. And now we're by ourselves. We're on an island. These guys are playing with a ball or something. And then there's just some guy we've never seen before just talking to us.
Hey, it's this way.
Yeah,
Do
great
you-
way
do
to
you
build
banger?
some intrigue in case you haven't played this game yourself. You kind of get bits and pieces, but you're not exactly getting spoiled.
Yeah, it's great. You kind of just know some of the fights. There's actually so much content in this game, so like your experience will be drastically different. Just seeing what speedrun is. All right, so this is one of the worst parts of the run because it's the beginning of the run and things go wrong. We basically are trying to get through this lagoon without getting too many encounters. We don't want to see 4 fish. See, this is right here. This is 2 fish. There's a single fish and a double fish. We don't want to see 4 fish. If we see 4 fish, we might as well just end the run. Not really, but it basically means the fight's gonna take forever. It's another power sphere, nice. So we're at 1-1, I believe. But yeah,
Yes.
we just don't want to see 4 fish, and we don't want to see 3 encounters. If we get one of those 2, we're crying, and that's kind of like the bane of every Final Fantasy X speedrunner's existence is seeing either 3 fights, which we're probably gonna get right now. Nice overkill, or getting 4 fish, and you can also get ambushed by 4 fish, and so you have to watch them attack you like 7 times, and it's really sad. 2 power spheres, nice.
Yeah, the way an ambush works is not only do the enemies go first, right, but you're trying not to make it too complicated, but essentially, like, you roll based on your speed, get the turn order, right, and you get the worst possible turn order on top of being ambushed. So, like, that fish right there doesn't always go first, that little single fish. He can, though, and it will on top of the ambush, so it'll
Oh my
go
God.
twice.
Nice. I think we're at 4 power spheres already. We're almost done with power
Yes.
spheres. That's really funny. The game just started.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about having an extra encounter. If you're going for consistency, you'll get more drops.
Yep. And we luckily did not see 4 fish. We saw the double fish encounter a few times. Which
Yeah,
is
that's
good.
not bad.
Yeah, it was honestly a very acceptable lagoon. It's a point of a lot of resets for a lot of runners, because sometimes you're just like sitting there and you're like, do I really want to get hit by 7 fish in a row? I kind of don't like fish. And now we're in this village. We're gonna head to this temple. A lot of cutscene stuff coming up, so if the host wants to say anything about anything, this is the perfect time. But yeah, we're just kind of just walking through cutscenes. Titus is still hungry, by the way, in the story, guys. He talks about how much he needs food. Walker's like, I got you some food. And then you go to this house, and he's like, yeah, actually, I can't give you food right now.
Why don't you take a nap? You won't feel hungry when you wake
Sorry,
up.
man.
Yeah, he literally says, are you hungry? He says, no time for food, but just take a nap. Like, actually. You're fine. You ever, like, someone tell you you're hungry, and then you're like, hey, how about you just go to bed?
You're not
Now
actually
maybe-
hungry, you're just tired. I know this.
Alright, so we're doing the first thing, one of the worst parts, I mean, not worst part of the run, but like a really infamous part of this game is the Cloister of Trials. So these trials, some of them can take a long time. This is the first one, kind of as a tutorial. So we're kind of just going to the motions, showing how it works. The problem with these trials is that Titus can only carry 1 sphere at a time for some reason, and it makes the puzzles kind of confusing.
Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth. Not so much in this one, but yeah, later on you'll be like picking up a sphere from a hole, right, and then bringing it somewhere, going back to the same room, getting another sphere, bringing it somewhere else, and it's just memorization.
Yeah, it's literally just you're putting a sphere into a hole in the wall, and that's all you're doing, basically. But you're going back and forth over and over again. But this one's a tutorial one. Thankfully, not that long, but I mean, it's just like not much really happening. The first time you play this game, though, you're gonna be a little mixed by this. You're gonna be like, wait, so what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
And then you lose track of your spheres, and you're like, wow, what do I actually do? Alright, so we're almost done with this one. We're just gonna put this here, and we're gonna push this pedestal all the way down. We're gonna miss a cutscene where Yuna says a really funny line in English. She says, I've done it. I become a summoner in like a really
Exactly
funny
like
way.
that, yes.
Yeah, and like exactly the way I said it, because like she's like they make her talk in like weird pauses. It's probably to mix the match lip syncing, but it's really funny to see sometimes.
The cutscenes are extremely endearing. If you haven't played this game, you definitely owe it to yourself to experience it.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna
Hey,
go over
over
here.
here.
We're gonna see our first Aeon, which is Val4. We're not gonna name it, unfortunately. We're gonna see here. Stay from the summoner. You're a bad man. All right, over here. We're gonna go over here, talk to Waka,
Good.
and
Good.
like that, we're just in a dream.
Yeah, so we picked up an Aeon, and the way summons work in this game are a bit different from the previous Final
Where's
Fantasies
that
in
boat?
that it's a controllable party member. It's a party member that takes over your entire party once you summon it. So you take your 3 party members that we'll be able to get, plus being able to swap out in the middle of fights. We switched that for a very powerful single party member. And this is just a tutorial where we're learning about how Titus is good at hitting.
Oh my god.
Did you just crit?
Yeah, I did. I think we're at
Gotcha.
5 now
Not too
out of
shabby.
6.
Might make a good.
Technically,
So,
we don't.
Waka
need
is
more.
really good at hitting aerial enemies because he's so accurate,
A
and
fly.
Titus is kind of accurate and strong enough to take out the grounded enemies. And coming up, we'll get a tutorial on dealing with magic enemies.
Yep, we're already level 3. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, you have a lot of AP.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of crits, you know. All right. But Aeon, spoiler alert, guys, we're gonna use Aeons pretty hard in this speed run because they're very, very strong.
Told ya. If you can't beat them down, let's have
Nah,
our.
he was in this, by the way.
Clueless, aren't? Spells of ice and ice
So
beams.
Lulu
you've-
here
I get
is our
fire
newest
and
party
ice,
member,
lightning and water.
and she's
this
quite
one here is a-
powerful early game. She'll fall off later on, but she's very important early on because magic is doing significantly more damage than physical hits. And especially when the enemies are weak to certain elements, we'll be getting encounters in the forest later where Lulu will be coming in very handy to get us more drops. And also, there are like robot enemies that are weak to lightning, so very early, like Lulu shines. She won't be too great later on, and she's kind of slow as well,
Yeah.
but a powerhouse.
Yeah, our problem is really the speed of her. And we don't really want to invest in her, spoiler, because there's other better party members to invest into. Also, we're
Yeah,
fighting
she
another
doesn't
question mark character. We don't know who this is yet. So it's just some random beast man who's just attacking us. Usually when we do this fight, we would normally be at risk of dying, but since I leveled up early, like because we got a lot of levels, I was able to level up, get some stats, and then it's a guaranteed fight every single time.
Yeah, that guy was pretty weird.
Yeah. This whole cutscene and everything, and it's funny because if you do die in that fight, it's a game over. So like, what is happening? Yuna, Kamari, and Lulu just see. I mean, Yuna and Waka and Lulu just see Titus just die.
Why
Like,
don't we
okay.
let our son?
Alright, some more tutorial stuff, learning about switch party members out.
Your first real.
Show us what you're. Oh,
So it was kind of a 2-in-1 here. If you switch out party members in battle, it doesn't waste a turn. You can spend someone's turn switching and doing an action with someone else, and this action of summoning is quite strong. Balfour and one more summon in particular are like very, very useful. Balfour also has lightning, and we have just enough MP to take this dude out. This is Guile.
Yeah, we call him Guile because of one move he has. Let's see it. There you go. Normally called Garuda, but you know, it's funny to call him Guile. All the Sonic Boom, just spamming it.
And unique to Balfour as well, that gauge under her name is going up with not only taking damage but also dealing damage, and that's the overdrive meter. It's essentially limit breaks if you're familiar with Final Fantasy VII or you know, 8 or 9's trance. It's a gauge that goes up and then you get a super move when it's maxed out, and you will get it every single time at the end of this fight, which is perfect timing because for the next boss fight, Balfour's gonna need overdrive right away.
Overdrives are very, very strong in this game. But the problem is they use a lot of your, they make it so your character kind of gets burnt out. Uses a lot of action value. We're gonna take Walk out here because we don't want to see his tutorial. He's basically be like, let me throw my ball at this boss. And we're like, we don't want to see that. So the fastest way to get out of this fight, funny enough, is just escape. So in this game, there's a 75% chance of escaping every time you press escape. We already failed the 175% chance. Let's go. He trips on his shoes. Yuna gets out. Lou does a lot of belts. Let's see if she gets out. She gets out. All right, Titus. Let's see if he tied his shoes or not. And he did. And no, he did not.
Tied his
He's
shoes.
tripping.
That was kind of slick.
Yeah. So 275% chances. You know, that's how it be sometimes. It's funny. Some of them are really funny because like they could easily run away, but then they decide not to because they're like, actually, I don't feel like it.
Yeah, it looks a little nonchalant. So this is your test of everything you learned from the tutorial.
Let's see if you're actually listening to the tutorials. Like Titus hits the dog, Waka always hits aerial enemies, and then Lulu hits enemies like that, the fawns. Alright, there's a very small chance that we can get an encounter here. I'm gonna jinx it by saying it. It's a very, very, very low chance we get it. It would really suck if I got it right now. We did not get it, thank God. And just like that, we are about to leave Besaid. Sorry for the song. The song was amazing, but we need to leave. Gonna heal here. Every time we touch Safe Sphere in this game, we get a full heal and everything. And most importantly, heals are Aeons. So Valfor back to full HP. Gonna be really important for the next fight. We call this guy the Red Pants Lad. He gives us 400 gil. We need him. Need that. A lot of cutscenes here. Hear Yuna's theme. Go over here, black screen. Go over here, black screen. Go over here, talk to Yuna. Really funny cutscene where she says a really funny line again. And before you guys play the game. And then all of a sudden we see Yuna's face in a really big close-up. Watch this. Alright, so this fight, pretty complicated in a lot of, in some aspects, but overall we're trying to just kill this man as fast as possible.
We're not going to focus the mobs up front at all. We just want all the damage on the fin. And periodically the fin will move around the ship. And ideally, you don't want it moving around too many times, but it's only a time waster. The only risk in this fight is under damaging, and it's rare. I say it's rare. It should be rare.
It's like a less than a 1% chance, which possibly can't happen, you know? Let's see it. Okay, we got a really high roll, so we're chilling. If that number is like 1,000 and like a low like 20 or something like that, we are in danger. But we will 100% complete this fight. It's very possible that Valfor could die in this fight with bad RNG, and we would have to do some shenanigans later on. But thankfully, we don't have to here. Love to see it. But you're seeing the effects of using your overdrive. You see how many turns we're losing. It's a lot of turns lost. So you want to be careful using your overdrives in this game. Sometimes.
Yeah, so it might intuitively make sense to use the overdrive blast in this fight because, I'll get more turns overall because if I'm using Thunder, then I'm not putting myself in like that high cooldown, and then I can finish with the overdrive. But we need the overdrive for the next big fight with the group.
So we got lucky too. So we did get we call it fin skip. It saves about 7 seconds. It doesn't really save that much, but it's cool. So usually the boss can go before I go for this last thunder, and then we have to watch the animation. It takes a little bit, but thankfully we got past it. Now we're underwater with Titus and Waka. Don't ask why. There's a cheer. Very, very important skill for us. It gives us, what, 1 strength?
Yeah, the party gets 1 strength per cheer, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a ton of damage.
Yeah, it's very, very important. Use range. We want to use Dark Attack there so that the boss can't heal. Drain Touch heals. Very annoying if that happens.
Yeah, you can miss a kill because the boss used Drain Touch too many times, so we Dark Attack to mitigate that risk.
If I want to see a crit here, that would actually help out this fight a lot. we would basically save one animation here, which would be cool to see. But you know, not that in the world though. But like I said, crits are pretty rare in this game. We've seen a lot of really low percent crits in this run. Sometimes when you do runs like these, the impossible just happens.
I mean, 2 grenade crits already.
Yeah, that's already just like, okay, this run's already luckier than like most runs I've seen. I'm done. Okay, we're not gonna get any crits. Titus is getting a little low. It's a little scary actually. So I've never seen him this low actually in this fight. I think we have one more set of attacks here into an overdrive, and that should end the fight.
It actually matters when you, or how quickly you time this overdrive.
Yeah, no pressure. Just, you know, we're playing a rhythm game here. Yeah, they can. No, we got it anyways. We're fine. Alright, that's Achilles. I don't know how to pronounce this boss's name. I say Achilles, like Achilles heel or something like that. So this boss has a lot of drops. We only really care about one drop. It's called Ice Brand. And if I get it, I'll pop off because I never get it. If I get Liquid Steel, which I always get, I am going to be really sad. So, guys, if we see Liquid Steel here, I'm going to cry. Oh my god. No way.
Local speedrunner cries on stream.
No way. So yeah, it's a meme in my
The
community
classic.
that I always get Liquid Steel. Like I am the master of getting Liquid Steel, which is a completely useless weapon, by the way. It gives Titus like water on his sword, which we don't care about. We already have a better weapon for that. But it's just funny that we just got it in Marathon here.
Yeah, because you always
Oh, actually,
get
one
it.
thing before I go, I'm gonna talk to this kid really fast. He says, "I'm gonna be a blitzball when I grow up." Very important line. Can't miss that kid. We always hear that kid every single time we do one of these marathon runs. Alright, we're coming up on one of the most important parts of the speed run, which is Killico Woods. So this is where we're gonna do basically our only true farming of this whole entire run. We're gonna take a look at our encounters. We just don't want to see Regoras, which are these giant like plant thingies, and we want to kill as many other things as possible. But it's complete RNG what we get.
Oh man, you already got a Regora.
Oh yeah, I'm sure this is bad. I'm just kidding. This is a tutorial, so this is fine.
Normally, it's as but
It's
when a
we
wrong
always
so
fight this.
used-
We always fight this thing.
Hey,
Hey.
Yeah, this fight goes pretty much the same every time. One interesting thing we haven't touched on is how experience works in this game. And if you take an action at all in fights, that's not only switching, right? If you even defend without damaging the enemy, you still get full experience. It's not distributed among your party, it's full experience. And that will be abused heavily throughout the run.
Yes. So like think about like a school project where someone does no work at all but he gets full credit for it. It's basically the same thing. So we're gonna give Titus the most important move in the entire game, Flee, so we don't have to deal with enemies and the 75% chance again. Also give Waka a really important weapon as well, Scout. It has Ice Strike, which is important for these bees in this wood. And also for anytime we escape now, you guys are gonna hear Titus say a really funny voice line. This is actually really good encounter. So we're gonna attack this lizard.
oh yeah.
Attack this. We want to see an overkill here. We did not get an overkill. That's really bad, actually.
Anyone thirsty?
She always says this line, by the way. It's really funny. And we want to see overkill here because the bees give double experience. That's 2 speed spheres. Really good.
Yeah, the overkill system multiplies your drops and your experience gained for the kill, right? So if you reach a threshold of damage on the enemy, it's different per enemy. It's like case by case. It's not exactly like double its health or anything like that. For Achilles, you really need that overkill ideally to get extra experience. But for the bees as well, and the lizards, if you get a crit,
Yeah, that's
you can get more drops and more experience, which will need experience for fight coming up, and we'll need drops for the rest of the run.
Yep. So, but the most important thing is definitely the drops. Essentially, we definitely need as many speed spheres as possible. Okay, we're gonna defend here. Ty's getting credit for doing nothing. Let's go. Now we're gonna use Valfor, who's doing all the work for us. So, I'm sorry guys, but this is gonna be the last time we see Valfor. But we're gonna use Valfor for one very important fight here. It's a
once
weird camera
Valor
angle. I've
comes
never
out,
seen anything before.
yeah, the fight is completely consistent from here, and we're gonna build overdrive again and finish the boss with overdrive and get the overkill, get extra XP and extra power speed. Or I don't remember if the drop matters.
The drop, it matters only if you want a lot of money, essentially. We want a blind weapon, a dark weapon, essentially.
Oh yeah, that's it.
But like, it's not the biggest deal, essentially. Like, we just don't care about money. The money's not the biggest issue in this game, thankfully. It kind of can be sometimes. But yeah, so one thing that's broken about Aeons is they get overdrive from like attacking too, which is like not really a thing. So this overdrive bar just fills up so fast. Get one more. We got a really funny move name here that me and Aaron always make fun of, Staccato. Like, okay, like it's a really random name for him.
It's a really funny name with a really funny sound.
Yeah, we call it on Gino Staccato. It sounds like a pizza place. That's it. And that's gonna be the boss, overkill as well. We want to see like a dark weapon. I'll let you guys know if it's a good drop or not. It's a really good weapon. Nice, very very good. Steal. It's a lot of money. And then we got another cloister of trials. So I heard you guys like puzzles. We got more puzzles. This is also perfect time for any donations or any like, you know, mentions from the host or anything about the marathon or charity.
Currently, there's no donations at this time, but we are still accepting them. As you can see on the QR code on the screen, you can go to our Tiltify and donate towards our goal for Child's Play charity. We are almost at 12,000. So if you want to, please help us support and raise money for Child's Play charity and put a smile on a child's face by going to our Tiltify. And of course, if you want to see more of what's going on here on this crazy Saturday that we got planned for you all, especially a lot of Sonic runs, exclamation schedule in the Twitch chat, and you could see our schedule. So thank you guys so much for your generosity, and I'll give it back to you, Vermillion.
All right. So yeah, this is gonna be Kilika Temple, actually, and we're just gonna do a little more complicated stuff here. So we're gonna grab this sphere, we're gonna put it here. There's a glyph now on the wall, and then we need to grab the sphere that we just used and put it into the right wall. So yeah, this is kind of like, you're gonna see experience. You're gonna see why it's gonna be a little complicated, because if you look at it, we're just constantly like over and over again. Only have one sphere in right here. We can't have any more, and we have to keep juggling spheres a little bit. Could be a little annoying, but thankfully, if you know, remember, it's not. It's later down the line, there's a very infamous one that takes a really long time, even in the speed run. So I think everyone remembers it when they play this game.
The fire in this trial does nothing. It's not hot. It's just a computer projection.
Is it hot? Okay? Maybe it's hot. Titus's gloves are just like, you know, what's it called, like heat proof. You know.
He is wearing gloves. PPE gloves.
Who knows? Alright, so this will be the end of the trial. Thankfully, not that long still. They're getting a little more complicated as time goes.
Yeah, there are also these optional extra puzzles you can do within the trials that give you destruction spheres and also like a little bonus chest with a goodie inside it. And currently in the route, there are none utilized, so we don't have to stick around in the trial any longer than just solving the basic puzzle.
Yep, we don't really have to worry about them. If you want to do like an anima run, you can do that too. If you want to use anima for some reason, it takes a really long time to get anima, actually. Yeah, do a lot of different things. Nice. Alright, here we go. Nice overkill. Two more speed spheres. That we're doing good on speed spheres. Saves us from a lot of headache later on down the line. We're also getting a lot of experience too. We haven't seen Regora yet, which I'm probably jinxed myself by saying that, but we just want to see. Hey, there we go. What did I say?
I'll be right back.
He will not be back, by the way. He always says that.
Yeah, unless he encounters another Regora.
Yeah, true. It'd be the same encounter technically. But yeah, we want to use Flea as much as possible. We're gonna use Flea many times this round, FYI. like here. Right.
I'll be right back.
Up at the north, Vermillion grabbed a chest that had a luck sphere inside it, and what it does is you can put the luck sphere on the sphere grid that we use to level up, and then you can fill
I
it
won't go
up with
so
a
easy on you
fortune
next
sphere to
time.
gain more luck. We're not using it for that. We're going to be using it as an item in battle later on, and it's going to be a really cool strat.
It's a very broken item. Well, we got 3 Regoras in a row. That could have been a really good kill at the woods, but it was above average, I would say.
Yeah, ambush and 3 Regoras.
It's just par for the course when you do this run. We call it Regora Wood sometimes, because you see a lot of Regoras and it's really annoying. But thankfully we're out, and we get to go to Luca, where people know this game very well for one thing. It's Blitzball. And this is all I'm gonna say before we do anything is there's a reason why the Discord for this game is called the Blitzball Haters Club HQ. It's literally the name of the Discord for this Final Fantasy X speedrunning is called. Anyways, okay, so before we do anything, we need to try our best to get Jack Shot. It's really difficult. I'm gonna focus really hard to get Jack Shot here. We need to hit about I forgot the number, but a lot of these tries here on this thing.
Yeah, it's about like 16 frame perfect inputs.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You can't do. You're out of your league. You can't do it.
You're kind of getting
No one
destroyed.
else can
I'm
do
getting destroyed. Oh my god, wait, did I get enough?
No one else can do it.
Wait. Titus, please. Titus, please. Please. Oh, wait.
Okay, we can salvage this.
Yeah, okay, guys, I'm kidding. We actually don't want to get Jack Shot. It's too slow. So, it actually will crash the game if we get Jack Shot. So, we don't want Jack Shot. And we're in Luca. This is where stuff happens. We don't want to do this tutorial. This tutorial is really long. It's about how to play Blitzball, which we unfortunately know how to play. And you guys will understand. So Blitzball, before I get anything, is going to be the biggest reset part of this run. But it's also, I would say, probably the most fun part of the run to watch as a spectator. Because we're praying a lot. Like, no matter how good you are at playing Blitzball, you know, the Luca goers are a little too strong. Alright, so doing some stuff in Luca. We're skipping a lot of cutscenes here. TLDR, Yuna gets kidnapped, and we gotta save her. Before we do anything else, though, we're gonna grab a quick weapon here on the left from Owaka.
Yeah, so we've been collecting money thus far to be able to get this weapon that slows enemies, and getting a blind weapon too from the previous boss pretty much guarantees that you won't have any problems even with like subpar encounters. Stunning Steel, not going to be using it for now. We're going to be using it on one boss, a boss that's susceptible to being slowed. And if you're lucky, it can turn the fight on its head and be completely free. If not, then it's going to be really annoying.
Yep, it's like you're playing a gotcha game essentially. You're praying that you get the good point flip there. So basically, we're just gonna be using Lulu this whole time. Lulu's gonna be the hero of the show for this section. She's gonna be using thunder on all these enemies here. Titus and Kamari just kind of sit here, take some damage.
Yeah, we really want them going on the male party members. Lulu getting low could be problematic because there's a boss coming up that does like 12 hits in one move, and if you get unlucky, Lulu could just be at the front of like all of it and just die out of nowhere.
Yeah, it would suck really badly. Yeah, you guys have seen the problem with Lulu here. She's pretty slow. Usually, so this part right here, we would normally get haste, but since our encounter count was not the best in Pelican Woods, we had to resort to just doing this fight normally. And they really hate Lulu right now. I'm gonna give Lulu a potion here in this fight because I don't want her to get hit again. She probably will get hit again.
At least her evasion's high. She's slow with high evasion and low HP, which against like accurate enemies can just kind of destroy her.
Yeah. Alright, so I know you guys saw Titus and Kumar do nothing, so we're gonna actually use them this fight. So we're gonna have Titus attack here. We're gonna see Kamari's overdrive here, which we never see. We're gonna use this first actually.
think
to see
Lulu
him.
going before Kimari there is really rare.
Yeah, it's really rare, but it's... Oh, we got a crit, by the way, on the overdrive. That's crazy. That never happened.
Speaking of rare,
I know I keep saying that, but like legitimately half this stuff never happens. I mean, it has happened in a marathon run, you know what I mean? When you're doing a marathon run, stuff just happens that never happened before.
beautiful.
It's great. That's the joy of speedrunning, you know? You don't know what's gonna happen. Alright. But now we're gonna use Lulu just to use thunder on these guys. And now we just have Kimari and Titus just attack this guy, and we're just gonna get this fight. Also, we hear the whole entire version of the song, which is great. Fan favorite, you know, battle theme. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but with the CSR, there's a lot of times. Nice crit, by the way. There's a lot of parts of this run where the music's kind of weird, like it's not normal to like how it'd be normal. Oh my god, my game just crashed.
Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. Thankfully, guys, there's auto saves in this game, so we're not completely screwed. But yeah, essentially, we what's it called? What was I saying? I kind of got lost because of that crash. But yeah, I mean, stuff can happen. Right, there we go.
You happen to patch this?
Oh, I did not patch this.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
I think I noticed when you got the green screen cutscene earlier.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be
I
interesting.
forgot about that.
There's a new level of RNG that's just appeared in the run out of nowhere.
Yep. So basically, we want to download something called a 4 gigabyte patch. I completely forgot about it, but it just essentially stops it from there being like an actual like crashes during certain parts of the run. But we still complete the run without it. Not a big deal.
Yeah, we'll complete it. It'll just be funny.
It would be funny. Sometimes I might just crash for no reason. Thankfully, the game does have autosaves, and this is a big part of the game that can crash. But yeah.
Yeah. Since we're doing this fight again, I guess I'll just highlight like a really small thing. Verm changed his target priority on Lulu. Instead of hitting the guy on the right twice in a row, decided to hit the guy on the left because then Lulu's cursor will be on the right.
Yeah, it's a
when
really small thing.
The other guys go on the left.
Yeah, it's weird because like once you fight so many times, I messed this fight up too. But if you do this fight enough, it's like you just kind of do small stuff like that because you want to save just a little bit of time. Yeah, I'm actually really happy.
There's some adaptation with the formation and the turn order and such, but we kind of just we needed something to talk about because the game decided to crash.
Yeah. Alright, okay, I need a Sphere Grid Titus because we have to get haste now.
Yeah, at least you have haste for this. This one is like at least you have something, and you got the sphere earlier that lets you get full MP, but unfortunately didn't have a chance to use it before this fight. But essentially, you're going to use haste. Haste is very, very good.
Yep.
Speeding up your party members significantly, and in longer fights, it really adds up. It makes fights that would take forever take like half as long.
Yep, it's very, very important. Also, I remember what I was gonna say now before I got interrupted by that crash. Basically, the music in this run, if you guys have noticed, is kind of weird sometimes. Like sometimes the music is playing something else. Here, it just doesn't play anything at all. So it just sounds weird. Like we're just at the docks.
It's chilling with the sounds of the ocean.
Yeah,
also, this is another gimmick fight where we're using light or thunder on Lulu to power up the crane, and then now Titus gets to use the crane, and he's a lad at crane games, so he just like gets this guy first try and rips half of his body off and just does like 5k.
Yep. The damage. So much damage. Alright, we're gonna end this fight with Titus. We want to see either one or two weapons, okay? We want to see either a Thunderball or a Lightning Steel. That would help us out a lot with this run. Nothing. Metal Bingle. It's a very bad drop. Alright, guys. Well, it's time. It's the moment you guys have all been waiting for. The meat and potatoes of this game. Let's go.
Let's get ready.
So Blitzball is the biggest RNG part of this whole entire run. It's one of the only things that cannot be fixed when you're doing RNG manipulation. So our goal is to win, and we're gonna try really hard to win. But sometimes, you know, the Luca goers, they're just a goat, you know.
Yeah, they go in. This fight is so stacked in the enemy's favor, it's crazy.
Nice. Already a good start.
Okay, so you win the coin flip, blitz off at the beginning, whoever gets the ball is a coin flip. So now what we need to do is very particular. We need to set our controls to manual, otherwise the game will play itself. And now we need to pass to Titus, and what this does is gives him the ball and he can use an action such as passing to Jasu, and that'll get him experience, and he needs experience to unlock his like special move, which is Sphere Shot, and it will significantly increase our odds of scoring a goal in the second half. But the rest of this half is going to be spent stalling.
Yeah, so we just don't want this ball to come out of our hand. We just don't care. Essentially our goal is to win 1-0 versus the Luca goers. But there's two halves, you know. We have 5 minutes the first half, 5 minutes the second half. We're gonna get a little bit of an interruption, but essentially we just don't want the Luca goers to have a chance because of scoring. Because if they get the ball, they're scoring. Like, there's a very high chance they're scoring, and our team is very bad. This is one of the best players on the team. We have using Jasu. This is really important. He's slightly faster than everyone on the Luca goers, so we were able to just swim around. I don't know if you guys ever played Call of Duty Zombies, but we're basically running a train. We're trying not to like get caught by these guys, and they're basically like zombies. They're just gonna mindlessly swim towards us, as Jasu just slightly is faster than them. We do this for about the whole entire first half, and basically the second half we're just praying that we get the ball. Because if we get the ball, we're probably gonna win. But if we don't get the ball,
Careful in your turns.
nah, I'm good. But yeah, you gotta be a little careful. If you do lose the ball.
Yeah, like you want to take it really, really wide against these guys because they actually gain on you a little bit the more you turn. So it's kind of like you want to use the whole like arena because all it takes is them touching your back and then everything goes completely south.
Yes, and then it's like, oh, there's 5 people versus Jasu who can't do anything. He has 1 shoot, he can't shoot anything. He's got 3 passes right now. It's not a good look for Jasu, but basically 1 second here is about 2 seconds in real. 2 seconds here is about 1 second in real life. So we're almost done with this part, and we're just praying, guys. We just want to pray for Letty. Okay, so Letty's our guy who's in the middle, and we just don't want to see Grav get the ball. So if you guys want to pray for me, just cheer for Letty, okay, guys?
I feel like there are more Grav fans, unfortunately.
The goers are just...
Alright, Grav, he is the GOAT. Unfortunately, he's very broken. But we gotta believe in Letty, guys. Boom, boom. Alright, here we go. We just don't want to see the Luca goers get the ball. Okay, this is really the most important thing of this whole entire run. Alright, here we go. 50-50, guys. Okay, that's not good. Alright, already he has the ball. So now we gotta pray he does not give it to Bixen, which is a very, very, very high chance of just scoring. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, we're...
Alright, 1-man break. He's dribbling. That's good. Okay, that means he most likely is going to shoot near the goal and probably won't hit it unless we get really unlucky. Here we go. Let's see it. He's shooting. Okay, we need 1 person to block and we should be okay. Okay, we're good. And Jasu gets the ball, which is perfect. This is literally the person we want the most.
Good.
Yeah. We're going to do here, we're going to get intentionally hit here, break to Abyss, dribble. We're going to use a safe zone here at the bottom here to not get sniped by anybody.
Yeah, this part was really, like, it was calculated, right? At the very beginning, you might have seen Verm do some menus and stuff. That was actually to manipulate the paths that the goers would take, and also your teammates lining up perfectly in front of the goal so that Jasu has the highest chance of getting the ball. Because otherwise, you would get, like, 1 guy in front of the goal, and then even if they block, there's a chance that it'll just go in anyway. But having 2 guys there, there's a really, like, there's still a chance. Okay, there's a chance that the ball will go over their hand entirely, which is just awful.
We just don't want to see this formation here, okay? Again. Okay, looks like we're in a good formation here. So it's looking like a really good blitz ball. It depends on how the rest of this goes. I'm gonna play it a little safe. I'm gonna go a little earlier than I normally would. So we're gonna basically bait these two here. That's Titus. And then we're gonna shoot sphere shot, and we should be good.
Yeah, this is clean.
I'm not gonna go for blitz off skip. So we can actually save the blitz off animation here by shooting at 250, but I'm not gonna risk it because it's not worth it. We're just gonna finish this, get our score. We're gonna get to the next part where Waka's in, and we just want to get the ball. You know, we want the ball, so we can just stall it out.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet, guys. Okay. The problem is the Luka Gores could get the ball the next blitz off, and what would happen is it'd be tied, and there's a tiebreaker in this game. We don't want to see that. So we want the ball right here. Okay, we did not get the ball. All right, mark mode, right side. We just don't want to see a tie. We just don't want to see them score on us. If we get the ball, the game is over. Dribble, that's good. As long as he does not dribble and pass it, we should get this. As long as people block, you know, this is what I'm saying. This is intense.
Keepa didn't get any XP.
He's not breaking. He's shooting. That's good. Just please block this. Okay, we're good. The run's over. And then, guys, guess what, man? We're just gonna hang out here with Keepa. This is a safe zone here, and we're just gonna chill here. They're pretty close, actually. It's a little scary, but they should move away. Oh, never mind. We got sniped by Abyss. Not a problem. We're still fast, so it's fine. Usually, if your position is good, you can just keep on staying in that zone for a really long time. And you just chill there with Keepa the whole entire time. He's your goalie, you know, he's trying his best out there. But we will win, we will win Blitzball. If we lose Blitzball, I didn't talk about this yet actually, but we actually want to win Blitzball because A, it's faster, and B, we get a really important item. It's one of the most important items in the game. It's a Strength Sphere. It gives us, I believe, was it 3 strength?
4 strength.
4 strength, which is really important. That's a lot of stats there. And the whole route would just be so different if we didn't have that. So this is happening now, by the way.
Okay, so yeah, jumping into this, we're using haste on Titus because there's like 18 dudes here that we have to kill, so it just makes sense to not only give yourself more turns, but look at how fast the animation is.
Yes.
Like, compare Waka's attack animation to Titus's.
Yeah.
You'll see,
It's
crazy, but it's not worth using it on Waka because he takes 2 hits to kill these guys, and he only has to kill a couple for us to see any noticeable difference, because all we need is Titus just like not losing too many turns to these Sahagins taking.
Oh, he shut you up. He got a crit.
But he didn't overkill, but
True. Yeah. No overkill though. You're right. Okay, so one thing, guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Blitzball music's still playing, by the way. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but it's a problem with the CSR as well. But it makes this part a little more fun, honestly, instead of just hearing, you know, generic, you know, fight music. We get to hear Blitz off over and over again. And I know you guys love Blitzball. Come on. Anyone who plays this game either loves it or hates it.
there's some fanatics.
Yeah, we haven't got a crit yet, by the way, I just realized.
Yeah, not yet. You have 5 power spheres though, so I mean,
Yeah.
you're already technically chilling.
Yeah, I'm chilling, but like, I would want one more power
Yeah.
sphere game, please. Just give me a crit. I haven't got a crit. It's actually a very high chance you get a crit here, so this is actually really funny that we're not getting any. There we go, finally. Okay, we do have to heal here. We want to make sure Titus is healthy enough for this next part. Not too healthy, but just healthy enough to do one attack. Alright, we got 1 power sphere out of that whole entire fiasco. Which is very, very rare, but now we get to see Orin. He's back. He's fighting a dragon thing by himself. And we got a crit there. See, he gets crits, Titus doesn't. Alright. Now we're gonna see the power of Orin here. So we want to just give Orin as many buffs as possible. We're gonna paste. No cheers though, it's a little too slow. And then attack. We want to see as many crits as possible. Defend here.
this boss has a chance of doing a counterattack every time he's hit, so that's another reason why we're not going to be like attacking with Titus and Waka.
That's great.
As much. We're going to get one hit in with Titus, and hopefully he dies, so he doesn't get turns anymore. He doesn't need XP from this guy.
That's so funny. Yeah,
And,
we want to tie die there, unfortunately.
Yeah. Depending on how low Arn gets, it could be of interest to give him a heal, but a lot of times it's not necessary.
Should die in the next hat. Crit saved it. We could see a really rare drop here, which would save us. Hopefully, let's see it right here. He's breathing really fast, by the way. Ice. There's no way he gave me the ice breath. So ice breath was only useful in Killico
The
Woods.
funniest drop
It's yeah, it's literally useless, by the way. I don't think I've ever gotten an ice breath from the boss. Again, another thing that's never happened before. All right, we're gonna grab two really important items here.
It's delicious.
Juice
Yeah,
Fury,
it would have been really, really useful at Killico Woods, and
Yes.
instead you got your classic water sword.
What? Liquid steel.
Yeah.
Always liquid steel. All right, guys. So, funny enough, okay, this is what I always say about this run, but the run has honestly just started. So, when I talk about how Blitzball is like RNG and like a lot of resets, I mean that is true. Okay, the first layer of the speedrun is getting plus Blitzball. The second part of this run, like I said earlier, is getting good encounters because there's a 1 in 8 chance you get ambushed, and in this game you're under leveled. Also, funny cutscene. We're not gonna watch them. Sorry, guys. Essentially, we're just praying to the RNG gods that we just do not get ambushed here, because we could just die, and that would suck.
Yeah, there are some formations that can just kill you full to 0, and they come with, once again, they get a free turn, but if they're naturally faster than you, or can be faster than you, they will be faster than you, guaranteed. So they'll get multiple turns.
Yeah. Literally. Alright, and it can just suck, but we just gotta go through it, you know, this is how it be. We're in the casino now, guys, and honestly, I'm really hopeful you guys enjoyed Titus's voice lines when he's fleeing, because we're gonna hear that about a few hundred times this whole entire run, so you guys are gonna remember it very clearly. A lot of enemies here are actually slower than Titus, though, thankfully, so we don't have to worry that much.
Live and let live.
He's gonna say that a lot. He's gonna say live or let live a lot.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Yep, he's gonna say a lot of lines. There's a lot of really, really funny lines he's gonna say. And we're gonna touch this guy. Okay, nice. We got a single bomb.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Alright, so we're touching this guy. We call him Spear Lad. He gives us a spear, which we sell really fast for a lot of money. It's a gift we just sell immediately. Ambush. Okay, this is a great example of this 10 run. So we're about to eat a lot of damage. We just don't want Titus to die. As long as Titus doesn't die in these encounters, we don't care. Because anyone else doesn't matter. Titus is getting hit right now. He's at 53 HP. If he gets hit one more time, he's dead. Dodged it, and we're out.
I won't go
Okay,
so easy on
thankfully,
you next
let's
time.
go. That is classic 10 running.
Yep, and that dog will go twice every time, and that's another interesting little quirk about Vermillion's party right now, is that Lulu is in the party, who has less HP than Titus, so the dog's AI they're like programmed to more often than not go for the lowest HP value party member. So that could have been the reason why Lulu got to dodge at the start of the fight instead of having it be like Titus, Arn, Waka, where Waka has more HP than Titus, leaving Titus more vulnerable during those ambushes. Like, that could have been like 3 dog hits and the Arimon Cyclops Mike Wazowski guy hitting him as well.
Yeah, just like that. So like the dog just targeted Lulu, because usually like the lower HP person will get hit there. That's why she's in the party. It's a little scary though, because if you get ambushed by a certain encounter, you could get wiped. But
yeah,
it's not that scary yet.
Yeah,
like I said,
Titus he's the MVP. He's like
I'll be right
the
back.
only guy who gets fleet throughout the run.
Yep, he's the only person that can really use it, and he's pretty fast. Like standard speed, pretty fast.
So the backup, if he dies, is to gamble on that 75%.
This is the worst encounter to get ambushed, by the way, so we gotta pray. Okay, Lulu, the goat. Okay, we're good. We're good. As long as we don't get slept here. Okay, we're good. Thanks.
I'll
The
be
dog
right
can
back.
also sleep you.
Yeah, the dog can sleep you, and then Titus just falls asleep, and we're like, okay, I guess we're leaving now. Alright, but yeah. This road's very dangerous, and this is the first part. This isn't... We're gonna see a lot more of this, guys. A lot more of, praying.
Hey, I'm a guardian now, so
The-
watch out.
The areas
I'll
only
be right
get
back.
scarier and scarier as the game goes on, because we're... Spoiler, it's a speedrun, so we're not gonna be grinding, we're not gonna be trying to get a lot of levels. It's just... We're gonna just pray that we don't die. Because we have, like, less than 1,000 HP on our party members. These guys are getting pretty strong now. Already 2 ambushes in this area, by the way. That's already off to a perfect
I'll
start.
be right back.
Alright. About 1 more encounter left in this area, and we are out. Meehan High Road. Okay. The mission should be safe. Yeah, we're good.
I'll be right back.
Alright. And we get a this next part's actually a really long cutscene we're skipping. Thankfully, it's a very, very big part of the run for a lot of people to like take a break.
We're
Gonna
gonna
grab
grab
some
some
stuff
grenades.
Grenades and some Phoenix Downs. We're gonna need those later.
Oh yeah, Phoenix Down's pretty important. So yeah, since we're only about halfway done with the speedster count, we're gonna be having to take some extra encounters later on for speedsters, and some of them will be susceptible to getting overkilled by grenades. Which, if we get them, then we'll take them.
How many speedsters am I at right now?
You are at 8.
Okay. Oh, that's one person. Waka. Okay, yeah, sorry. My head. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna haste Titus so we can kill this boss really fast. Wait. I
You hasted the
I
boss.
haste the boss. Oh wait.
Okay.
I guess I'll defend. Wait, the boss is really fast.
I don't even know what you do here.
Wait, I think I soft locked.
What?
I think my game just. Oh no, wait, we're good. What the hell happened there? I've never seen that before.
Is that the? I'm gonna blame every anomaly on the 4 GB patch.
Yeah. Basically, we're trying. We had to patch the game to guarantee it. But wow, this is actually that was crazy. Wait, what? Someone needs to study that.
I'm
That
so
fight.
confused. That was
Yeah.
like so epic. At the same time, it was not.
Yeah, I thought my game was crashed. I was like, okay, we got a little autosave. That sucks. But yeah, we're good. Okay,
Yeah,
but-
you were supposed to haste the boss and get thrown off the cliff there. That was we were setting up a joke, but the game decided there was an even funnier joke.
Yeah, it's like I was like
I'll be
joking. I
right
was
back.
like, playing it off that like I was panicking, but then I started panicking because like I thought my game actually crashed. That was actually really funny. Oh, we got ambushed. That's not good. All right, here we go. As long as Titus doesn't get hit, I don't care. Okay, well I care now. Oh, we're good now.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
There
Not
isn't-
even building backup overdrive on Waka.
we are building that up as well. If things go really bad.
Yeah, unit is quite good. Being able to just cure like no resources used, pretty
I
because
won't
she
go
has
so
such a
easy
high
on you
mana
next
pool.
time.
Alright. This area, pretty scary, but the next area is a little scarier because of the odds, like the what could be
All
lost.
right.
So
Live and let live.
the next part, really cool, guys. So it's a speedrun trick found in this game. It's the biggest skip of this whole entire run. It was found 22 years later, 2023, I believe, and it was found, and it skips about 20 minutes of the speedrun. It saves a
I'll
lot of
be right
time.
back.
You don't have to do Operation Meehan. You don't have to do all that stuff. Found by a runner named Tara. And when we get to it, I want Erling to explain it. But it's a really cool thing that this game, 22 years later, can still be found. Like have tricks found for it. And this
Yeah,
one, gigantic.
It's really sick. And it's funny because it takes advantage of another already known glitch, but it's just expanded on it and makes it so that you can skip an entire area, an entire back-to-back boss fight, and it's like a really annoying section in the run too. So like no one misses it. So essentially, if we can survive, we want to get to the next screen.
Live and let live.
The CSR makes the order of operations a little different than normal, but essentially a glitch will be done, and then you leave the area, and it leaves a cutscene like halfway in progress, and it lets
Watch and
you
weep, Crusaders.
go to the back of this room that the developers did not intend for you to reach. And are you getting out?
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's just funny because like the first thing that happens is Titus just gets one shot by the door. It is classic.
So yeah, we're gonna be heading back into that previous room, and we're gonna be rubbing up against this invisible wall and waiting on this NPC. We're gonna be in this really precise location. There are a couple spots that work, but it's really precise which spot you take. There's a visual cue we use on the map, the middle line right there, line it up with some geometry right there. And if we can get a clean turnaround, the NPC coming up, we're gonna be holding turbo, and he's going to clip us through the wall.
Yeah, this invisible wall we should have gone through. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I believe he did. And then
Perfect.
this is going to be a 2 push, hopefully, where Vermillion's going to line up himself up on another precise invisible piece of geometry, and we're going to have to wait for that same NPC to finish a full cycle again. He has to run all the way back, and then run all the way up to Titus, and then we're going to be holding the dialogue on him once again.
Yep. This is actually one of the biggest reasons why playing in another language is faster, because the text here is actually really long. Funny enough, but it's not too big of a deal. Speedrun's only about a minute faster when it's on Japanese or Korean or Chinese, whatever. So we get to hear the hype voice lines in English when we play on this. Alright, gotta be careful though, because there's a chance I could mess this up, and then we would have to do this again.
Or even worse, you get locked into the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, we call it Shadow Realm because you can get stuck there forever. Looks good. Oh, we could also die as well. That's very possible. Alright, we're good.
I wish you could see the smirk that appeared on my face when you said that.
Hey, guys, we're not through yet. If I do die at any point here, we would have to do the whole entire thing we just did
Live and
again.
let live.
So, I'm gonna play it super safe, and I'm just gonna keep healing no matter what, because I don't want to do that again. It's very stressful. It's a very precise input. We just don't want to see an ambush at the top, guys. If you guys ever see an encounter, everyone look at the top of the screen and just pray it doesn't say ambushed. Exclamation point. Like the game's like, it knows how awful it feels to see ambushed. We want to see preemptive exclamation point. That's fine.
I'll be right back.
Waka can take all the damage he wants. We don't care.
Oh yeah, he built overdrive. Just in case, it's useful if you get bad RNG on slowing a boss coming up.
Yep. Alright. We should get out of here without another encounter.
I'll be right
But if
back.
the RNG on our footsteps is bad, we could get another encounter. Let's pray, guys. And we're out. Let's go. Okay, that's gonna be classical skip
Clean.
screen, aka Terra skip. Really sick trick, guys. That found 22 years later. We hear one of my favorite songs in the game. Beautiful. Even though we didn't do Operation Meat Hunt or anything, we just, it happened.
Yeah, thankfully the game is very generous and just lets us go. Like, they took care of sin on their own. It's all over, man. It's all good.
Yep. No one died or anything happened. No hugs were initiated.
So this part is another point. We're technically farming something. And this enemy is exactly what we're looking for. We're going to use Lancet and Steel Stone Breath, and it comes with the additional benefit of giving Kimari full overdrive. And Stone Breath is very good. There are some enemies that have a guaranteed ailment rate where you can Stone Breath them and it'll always work, and it just instantly kills them.
Alright. Already off to a great start. Okay, that's fine. We're
Giveth and taketh.
yeah. Okay, oh no, Kamari's dead. I don't care, guys. Sorry to all the Kamari fans, all one people.
One people.
One person. It's funny because Kamari's actually one of the best party members in this speedrun because he's very useful because of his overdrives. But not really fan favorite character. Not a beast guy. Alright, so we're gonna go for a really funny skip, a trick here if we can get it. It's called Chocobo Boost. Have this guy. Oh, yes, we get ambushed again. Let's go, guys. Someone should have an ambush counter at this point, you know. Love to see it. Oh, nice dodge by Titus. We should be safe now. Yeah. This is kind of just a normal speedrun of this game, though. Sometimes when you're not getting lucky, you just get ambushed a lot. Here we got it, nice. Oh, we gotta boost a little bit. It's a little helpful. Oh, okay. Kind of bigger boost there. And we should be out here, and there we go. We're going to Jose, if you guys know that line. It's fun. There is actually a way to skip this whole entire, cloister and everything, but it's basically TAS only. Like, you can't really do it on a controller and everything. I don't think anyone's ever done it in a speedrun ever, actually. But it is technically possible if you're a robot.
It is very, very precise. I've went into the dungeon labbing that to oblivion, and it is very extremely difficult, and like it's case by case as well, which makes it even more complicated. But you essentially you boost on the chocobo, and it can carry you while you're talking to an NPC, so you use the text box sort of like when you were doing terror skip, not exactly, but like you can move and be in a text box at the same time, and then regain control after the text box is over and walk around in a cutscene. It's pretty sick. We just can't do it.
It's impossible, but it's cool. All right, so we're in Jose temple here. So this one's actually kind of complicated if you don't know the correct order of operations here.
Yeah, this one, man. If you're new or rusty, you will be like scratching your head a little bit.
Like what just happened right now. I have to redo this. I mean, I don't redo it, but I have to move the thing back. Oh no, I got it actually. Never mind. I thought I didn't get it actually.
Yeah, if you push that thing too far, it'll actually go beyond the trigger for that orb to get shocked like that, and there's no way to like pull it back. You have to reset it like how we did right there.
Yep.
Oh. And supercharging this was necessary because now it'll open this door. And he needs to grab the other sphere to put it into the pedestal so that it can float on this electromagnetic whatever field. I don't really know. There's like no logic that goes.
There's literally no logic. Stuff just happens and we're like, alright, that's cool. I guess that makes sense. This is the perfect time for any donations or shout outs to the charity or anything.
No donations at this time, but we are still accepting. You can donate with the QR code on your screen, sends you over to our Tiltify, and donate towards incentives. Matter of fact, later on, we got a Sonic Mania run with T-Lopes on stage with Hawkfoot, and you can pick which character that they're going to play. So far, it's Tails, but you could change that with your donation. That all goes straight to Child's Play charity. Thank you guys so much for your generosity, and let's take it on back.
All right. We're almost done with this. Essentially, we're going to reset the whole entire pedestal. We're just gonna put all the spheres back.
We just got a $100 donation.
Let's go.
From a need. Says Oka at your service. I don't know if I butchered that, but I apologize.
At your service? Is that what it says?
There you go. Oka at your service. Thank you so much for that generous donation.
Shout out to Owaka. Without him, this run wouldn't be possible, actually. Think about it.
Owaka would never be that generous.
He actually wouldn't be. He does ask later if his prices are too expensive, though. He actually listens to feedback. Alright, so now we're just gonna, you know, we're about to finish this temple. We just gotta do this. Kind of push all these pedestals in. I don't know why we have to do this. I mean, we're charging something, I guess.
That's my favorite part of the cloisters. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's just
Yeah, like what
things are happening.
It's
when
instinctual for Titus to be like, okay, pedestal push. Alright, so we're about to finish. Ixion, we are gonna see a lot of Ixion in the speedrun actually playing now. We're not gonna see any Ifrit guys, I'm so sorry. If it's your favorite Mon or Aeon, I'm sorry, we'll not see them. We'll see a little bit of Ifrit actually, but like not the way you think we're gonna use them or see them. Ixion we will definitely use. Alright, so we gotta do more stuff here. Yuna, she has bedhead. There's a funny cutscene here. So one thing good that's good about this PC version that's not in any other version is actually autosaves. I don't know if we talked about that earlier, but autosaves are kinda a big thing in this game, thankfully. A lot less stressful than running this category anywhere else. Alright, so we got another spear there because we want to sell it. It's another gift we're just going to sell immediately, sorry, to that random soldier we saw. And we're going to reach one of my least favorite areas in terms of encounters, but it's a cool, like, song and everything. With the moon flow.
Yeah, pretty tranquil area, but you can just get destroyed.
Oh.
It's got
Not again.
a lot of...
Think of it as training.
I never hear that voice line. Yeah,
Yeah.
these bees will outspeed you, and there's
I won't go
dogs
so
that
easy on
can
you next
sleep you
time.
and outspeed you, and if you get ambushed, everyone has really slow animation. And the encounter rate's pretty higher as well.
Yeah, overall, it's just a really bad time in terms of, like, speed, getting outsped, dealing with really bad ambushes.
Fight. I'll be right back.
And yeah, we're just gonna do, and there's a lot of encounters we're gonna get here. We do need to grab one chest here though. We used to grab another chest actually, funny enough, in the older route. But with the new skip and everything, we have a new entire thing we can do there.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Okay. And this is also really important too. We do have overdrive on Orin. It's gonna be very important later on. Orin, he's actually not a useful little party member, unfortunately, guys. I know you guys are probably Orin fans out there, but unfortunately, he's kind of just a bot now. As much as I hate to say
Everyone
it.
has their role.
Yeah,
And
it's
even
true.
when he's doing nothing, he has 1,000 health.
Yeah, that's literally his only thing. He's a meat shield. That's all we care about for him. He's tanking the damage.
I'll be right back.
Lulu's overdrive, we sadly don't care anymore. It's funny because the oldest route, we used to use an item called Trio of 9999, and it was actually important that Lulu has overdrive. But now we have a different way to finish this game. You know, if you guys are wondering how we finish this game fast in like 3 hours, like you're probably thinking like, what can we possibly do? Do we just like abuse like someone's like strength stat or something like that? Do we abuse like Titus killing? You're probably not gonna guess how we finish this game. Honestly.
I'll be right back.
It's very different than any. I remember when Erling taught me this run. I was trying to think about the end game of this run. I was like, how can this game be finished so fast? And I just couldn't figure it out until he taught me the ending of the game, and I was like, wow, that's fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. Like,
Live and let live.
if someone's not familiar with it, they're like paying attention to like what you have to do, and it kind of like builds and builds until you reach the like, oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be very powerful.
Yeah, that's the best part I can say is like it's like, oh, that's how we're finishing the game. That makes sense. You're like, maybe I abuse my thought was that we abuse Yuna's magic or Lulu's magic, and we just get a lot of magic and we just go in there. Not it. Actually, wait. Let me hear this voice line really fast. Sorry, guys. Here we go.
Rides the shoe puff?
There you go.
That's
fun.
That's RNG minute in the no RNG minute category. Now you're gonna get a first turn slow.
Alright, so guys, the weapon I have is Stunning Steel, okay? It allows you to cast, basically if you hit an enemy, there's a 1 in 2 chance that we will slow the enemy. Basically a coin flip. We want to see it first turn. What are the odds we get a first turn? We'll see. Last time I did a marathon run, it took me 8 tries. I lost the coin flip 8 times in a row. I mean, 7 times in a row. So, we're just gonna pray. What's happening here? I don't know what's happening here. There we go.
It's like Chocobo Eater again, just hanging there.
Yep.
You know what I'm doing. Anyway, that's RNG Minute.
Yep. Gonna cast haste here. Alright, so when Titus attacks here, we want to see them have a lot of turns. I will let you guys know if we got the slow or not. Here we go. Praying. Everyone pray with me, please. 50-50s, we win these. We got it first try. Let's go.
That's what we're talking about. All according to Cake.
Never happens, but there we go.
So yeah, it's important to start like every fight with haste. Just about. Like it's not a hard and fast rule necessarily, but even like it's more advantageous overall if you start with haste instead of starting with slowing the boss, just because you getting more turns is more important, especially because it's inconsistent whether or not you even like if you miss the slow, it's really bad. If you're not hasted as well.
Really bad.
So
it's 3. We need to cheer 4 times for the third one.
Yeah, getting these strength ups too, and like cheer is a really fast action to take, so you get a bunch of turns on top of it. So it's just overall really worth it to boost yourself and Waka, and you eventually just do a ton of damage. And meanwhile, we're trying to hit a damage threshold, which with this luck is really easy to do. If you do enough damage, then the extractor comes down, and it won't do its really annoying party nuke that like blinds you and stuff.
Yeah. I forgot what it's called actually, but it's death charge is what it's called. I hate that.
Yeah, depth charge.
It basically will kill the fight. Alright, and our goal here is to finish the fight on the cycle. Put some damage here. We can get crits. We want to get some crits here.
Maka got one early on.
Yeah, it might help a little bit. We'll see. Okay, there we go. We're good now for sure. Nice. And that's a pretty really good extractor there. All right,
Yeah,
water ball completely useless. Nice.
Complete opposite of that last one.
Yep. All right. So now we're going to Moonflow North. And before that though, we're gonna get the best party member in Final Fantasy history, in my opinion, the strongest party member in Final Fantasy history. Gonna be Riku. And the reason why I say is she's the best party member in Final Fantasy history. She allows you to beat this game without using the sphere grid. It's very insane how she's able to do something like that. It's crazy. And she has she's just really fast. Her stats are really good. She's just a Swiss Army knife. She can do anything she wants.
No, I'm gonna use that item.
Yeah, it's like imagine your jack of all trades is a master of all. It's pretty insane. The mix overdrive, we have to use it here, and
I can combine it.
essentially there's like a table, like a myriad of effects you can have by mixing 2 items together depending on what they are. We just wanted something fast and marginally useful to use on that guy because we need to use it for the tutorial. It would be really nice to hang on to it, but alas, that's not what we're allowed to do. And yeah, you can get some crazy damage. You can get full, like, deck your party out with buffs and get everything you could ever imagine. Meanwhile, Vermillion was just doing some menuing right there, getting some sphere grid on Titus, getting some stats. Speed is really important, and also little optimization. He used the last of his potions on his party, and what that does is frees up his top item slot so that the next item he picks up will move to the top of his list, and it'll be an item that he's gonna spam with Riku.
Yep. Alright, so we're about to finish Moonflow. This area really sucks. That encounter rate super high.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
We're gonna reach God of Salam.
I maybe would have, if I wasn't distracted, I would have told you to bomb those bees.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But
I didn't
it's
realize
okay.
how,
We could think about that in Thunder Plains, and even if we get past Thunder Plains, don't have enough. We have Beacon.
Yeah, we have thankfully for this run, there's actually like a lot of like spots where you can make stuff up for getting a bit more spheres, because your sphere count is really important for this run. So anything that happens in Killica Woods is just really, really important. This part of the run,
Get the feeling
we're just talking to people. Cutscene here, cutscene here. Let's talk to Riku really fast. There you go. It's a lot of just story flags. We're just talking to people as much as we can. We need to get one of the most important items in the game though. It's coming up here. Hidden chest. This little area. It's gonna be a lot of lightning marbles. A very strong item. And thankfully the next few bosses are, one of the bosses in the future is gonna be weak to lightning marbles. Lightning in general.
We just got a $10 donation from Spelaki.
Let's go.
I'm gonna have to do my best impersonation here, so I apologize. Best Titus impersonation. Ha 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 ha. Live and let live.
There you go.
I'll be right back.
Hey, you know what? That's Titus in a nutshell. You know, if anyone ever asks what Titus is about, it's all about laughing, living, let live, and be back. All right, guys. So it's time we talk about the most dangerous area in this game. We're coming to right now, Thunder Plains. There is a very, very high chance we will get a game over here and have to load the autosave. The enemies, if we get ambushed any time in this area, we are probably dead. This is why this area of the run is very, very, very scary. And you want to get out of this fast as possible.
You will get ambushed because of just how many encounters you're stuck going through.
Yes, there's a lot of encounters, and the enemies are ruthless, and you are very low level. Preemptive, that's what we like to see. We just don't want to see ambush at the top of the screen. If that happens, we are praying, but like we're praying like times 10 compared to like what we were before in the past.
Yeah, this is where good runs go to die, and it really tests your movement skills as well, because the less you have to move, the less likely you're to get an encounter. It makes sense, but like this game directly correlates how much distance you travel.
Oh, with this is the worst encounter to get, by the way. This is the worst ambush to get. Okay, we're good. We should be good. As long as Titus does not get hit twice. Alright, we're good. Okay. That's a breather right there. Okay, so basically the middle guy, he has a move where he does a triple lightning attack. If that happens, he'll wipe the whole turn too. So he didn't do it, thank God.
Yeah, that was almost terrible. Like that move, 100% success rate just destroys.
Yep.
And all you have to do is survive this screen, and then at least that move's risk is turned down a little bit.
Yes. And we just want to get out of the screen. We're almost there, guys. We have one more encounter left. We just want to see ambush at the top. Okay, we are good. Wow.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
We made it out of the worst possible section. I don't want to jinx it actually, because we're not out yet, but there's a very high chance we're done here. Hey, we're good.
Pretty please.
So scary. Like I can't stress to you guys enough how scary that section is. Anytime you do a run. Right. We're gonna get a very important weapon item here, yellow shield. Now we are immune to lightning. Any lightning thunder skill, we will just absorb. Okay.
Nah.
I agree, Titus. We do want to see an enemy here. We want to see an Iron Giant. It's actually the most important enemy we want to see here. We want to get a steal on him, but most importantly, we want to see Riku die. So I'm sorry to all the Riku fans, but we're going to see Riku die a lot here because her overdrive is really strong, and the fastest way to get overdrive in this game is by dying and taking damage. An ambush, great. Oh, this is the worst ambush to get. Oh my god, I might die actually. Oh no. Okay, we just don't want to get confused here. As long as Titus is not going to get confused, we can leave. Alright, we're good. Okay. Whew. Oh my god. Yeah, we don't care about Kamari. That was awful. Yeah, very, very terrifying. I hate. We're getting a lot of ambushes here. We're getting the full experience of this area. There we go. So we want to get Riku here. Steal, and then we're going to Titus for some thunder. And then we're gonna have Riku attack, and then she will die because this guy will always attack the person with the least health. Sorry, Riku. We're gonna see that a lot in this run, guys. I'm very sorry. We're gonna heal Riku too. We do
her
need...
health pool being so tiny means she gets a ton of overdrive too, which is nice.
Oh my... Okay, it's more ambushes. Give it to me. So think for this one's completely safe, actually.
Yeah, you can't die to this one.
Sorry,
so this
Kamari.
is the one to get.
Kamari just died again.
They got their priorities straight.
Alright, I want to see some more, I call them Mike Wazowskis. Nah, they're not here. The floating eyeball thingies.
You might get one more.
Yeah, we have maybe one more encounter. We want to see them just because we want to get some spheres. If not, it's not the end of the world, but it could be a little tricky. Okay, looks like we're not getting anything else.
We just got another $10 donation by Primo Victorian. It's amazing you can beat this game in 4 hours, but it took me 4 hours to understand Blitzball.
True.
Thank you so much for your generosity.
Alright, so this area now, we have to get 2 mandatory steals. Not really mandatory, but it makes the next boss fight, like, guaranteed. So the next boss is actually weak to 1 of 4 elements.
This'll be easy.
Get smacked after saying that.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
We need to heal. But yeah, basically the next boss is weak to 1 of 4 elements, and we need to make sure we can cover all elements. We do that by stealing from his enemies in this area.
Yeah, we have 2 of the elements already. We have fire from bomb cores, which you get from stealing from the chest in the Riku Overdrive tutorial, and we get lightning marbles from Bottle Salon.
Live and let live.
So we're looking for Chimera. It's like a big beast-looking dude who makes it like a roar and has 2 heads. He gets the ice 7 out of 8 times. I'm just not gonna say anything more about him. And the water elementals give
You're wasting our time.
Fish scales.
There we go, and we want Riku to get hit there as well. Perfect for us. She will guarantee
let
get
live.
overdrive now for the next fight. Alright, there we go. There's a chance we get a bad steal here. No, we did not get it, thank
I
God.
won't go so easy on
So
you
now
next
we're
time.
chilling. And we don't need Riku in this party anymore, and we're just gonna go to the area. This is a funny area, guys, so we were stressed about the ambushes earlier. You can't get ambushed in this area, you also can't get preempted in this area, so you basically just are just kind of go to the area, just praying you don't get bad
I won't go
encounters.
so easy
The
on you
encounters
next time.
can't really kill you that much. That enemy can stone you, but ideally, I mean, generally, like, they just slow you down. Some enemies just slow you down. Alright, we grab the butterfly so we can get through this area. And when you grab the butterfly, you can't get any more encounters, but it's always the end of the room. So, I mean, it's either about 1 encounter.
Live and let live.
But thankfully, Thunder Plains is basically the last area where we really have to worry about ambushes and that sort, except for technically 1 area. I'm gonna psych myself out by saying that because it's a very low chance, but if it does happen, then that would suck. But ideally, though, this is the last area we have to worry about encounters in general, because we're gonna get a weapon that just saves us
I won't go so
all
easy
that
on you
headache
next
of
time.
praying for not dying from ambushes and stuff. Roam through this area. This is our last encounter. This is the worst encounter to get. This encounter takes a really long time. Dude, everyone hates Kamari today. Kamari just keeps getting hit.
I'll be right back.
It's so sad to see.
Is it?
He doesn't deserve it. He already gets enough
So
hate
now-
anyways.
Going up to this shop, persuade this lad to give us a discount because, you know, we've
Holiday
been chumming
prices
with
on
him.
all. Too expensive, you think?
He's gonna give us
How-
a significant discount on Sonic Steel and Shimmering Blade, and we've been gathering up the Spear Lad Spear and a couple other items that we're gonna sell here. 4K for 2 items.
I'll go
and,
with the
need 11.5k to get those 2 weapons. Gonna put them on right away. So Sonic Steel makes it so Titus goes first, no matter what.
Yep.
No matter what. Ambush is withstanding.
Even in ambush, I'm going first. I don't care anymore. Alright, so this fight's actually really interesting. So we're gonna switch to Yuna here. We need to give everyone here basically XP except for what's it called? Except for Ornn. So we're gonna use Riku here. We're gonna throw a grenade here to bait out the elemental attack so we know what it is. Alright, so it's ice, so it's gonna be bomb core, defend here. And then watch this damage we do here, okay guys. It's gonna be HP sphere and then bomb core. And then watch this damage guys. So earlier we were doing like a few hundred damage per hit. Watch this damage. It's a lot of damage. Oh, it's still happening. Oh yeah, it's still going. And yeah, that's why Riku's really strong, guys. She's a really good party member. Yeah. This boss takes a really long time to die, FYI. It's a dramatic death. It's like, oh no, you killed me.
It took so long, your hard work.
Yep. Alright, Ice Ball. So
Yeah.
now we have to do the part of the game that no one really knows too much about when playing casually. It's the sphere grid. So the first thing we're going to do for here, we're going to go to Kamari's sphere grid. We're going to go over here. We're just going to open this up. We're not going to grab the speed yet. We used to grab the speed. Not anymore, though. We're going to grab this level 1. We're going to go over here. So now we're going to give Kamari 2 really useful moves we saw earlier, which is going to be Use and Steal. So now he's basically a Riku. And then Riku, we're just going to give her this innocent little speed node here. And then formation, we're going to do Riku for Titus. We're going to do Lulu for Yuna. And you guys noticed, it's weird because Lulu's a really slow party member. And she's literally the slowest party member we have. We're going to use that to our advantage. We really want her to use her speed to, like, fix this fight. This next fight is actually really, really cool.
Yeah. And Riku is
Everyone,
going to be
focus
what
on the enemy.
ties the
I won't
fight
go so
together.
easy on you next
And we're going to
time.
be abusing Sonic Steel's first strike to basically give Riku first strike, because you get no penalty for switching out, and Riku gets all the benefits. So she's going to start by using Titus's first strike, and we're going to be hitting this little dude who just popped out. We're going to hopefully get 1,000 damage with a lightning marble.
Also, guys, I'm sorry if you're a Riku fan, just look away. Just look away, guys. I'm so sorry for anything that happened to him in this fight. We got an overkill, perfect.
Beautiful. So yeah, this boss has a guaranteed counter if you attack it, and we want that. We get damage and we get a ton of overdrive.
We got a few donations that came in. We got a $23.38 donation by Korgsky. Says, let the funny numbers continue. Let's go fast and save the frames. We also got a $25 donation by Raz saying, justice for Riku. And then we got another $15 donation by Primo Victorian. Donating again because I missed that DuckTales is only $15 away. Here it is, make it happen. And that is going towards our DuckTales Remastered NES bonus run that is later on today. Thank you guys so much for your generosity, and I'll be back.
Alright, and then guys, we get to see another Riku showcase. You know, if you guys liked it before, here it is again. Look at this damage we're about to do with Riku again.
I think how justice for Riku, and then she just died.
Actually, justice for Riku, right into this, you know.
Yeah.
She's gonna be our goat for most of this run. She's a very, very useful part of the
Lots of payoff. So yeah, again, we were manipulating the turns and such that a lot of characters get XP. We had Titus switch off of Sonic Steel at the end because this fight coming up has a really strange turn order quirk, and we're gonna have to we're gonna have to forego our first strike. So we're getting done a really important sphere grid right now. We're gonna get some tankiness, we're gonna get a bunch of strength, and we're finally gonna be putting our Blitzball victory to use and coming over and slotting in our new strength sphere, which gives +4 strength. Like +1 strength is already a bunch in when the fight calls for it, but +4 is crazy. And minor spoilers, it won't just be +4 overall, so it's a very high value node. And otherwise, yeah, we're just beefing up Titus, getting power and strength, or power and speed, which are like everything useful you want for him, because he needs to be living a little bit, and going first is really useful, and he's actually going to start hitting like a truck.
Alright, and then that's gonna be it. We have 2 speed spheres left over, which it's fine. We're gonna get a lot more speed spheres for the rest of this run.
Yeah. Another backup, along with taking extra encounters, is customizing a Riku weapon to distill speed. So as long as Riku, you know, I almost said right click. What am I thinking of? As long as Riku auto attacks an enemy, they change their drop into speed sphere, and if you overkill them, they'll drop 2 speed spheres. So that's a really easy way to catch up, as long as you don't change the wrong enemy's drop, which can happen if you're inexperienced. Just like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll change this drop, and then you don't even realize that it was like necessary. But we know which ones are safe.
Yep. You definitely don't want to change the wrong things. All right, so this fight is actually, in my opinion, probably the hardest fight in the game, because like as long as things can go wrong, you mess it up. But there's a lot of funny voice lines in this fight, so we'll definitely try to hear those.
We're going to be starting off with another haste. One big thing about the fights in this game is how consistent the strategy is. The way it plays out isn't always consistent. Like, there's like a couple scenarios you have to take into consideration, but this play at the start is the same. You're using Stone Breath and taking out these 2 Wattos on the side because they inflict some nasty status effects and automatically
I knew you were bad news the first time we met.
Oh, my sincerest apologies.
Seymour!
There you go.
Okay, that was too important.
Yep, that's too important to listen to, you know.
So yeah, having that little smack talk section with Seymour there gave Titus an additional couple strength, which beefs him up even more. And now with that attack, my man goes straight into phase 2, where he summons a really sick Aeon.
Yep. Definitely one of the coolest Aeons in this game. I think it's the coolest. Actually, I would say the second coolest Aeon in the game, personally. Aeon's sick, though. Okay.
Yeah, this part is quite delicate, where you need to do some very particular turn order manipulation. We're going to be calling in Waka, and once he gets here, like, we need to have him switch weapons to like bump up his turn. Let's see who anima targets. Alright, so yeah, you pretty much have to just like have a decent understanding of how the fight's supposed to play out. You can miss anima as well, which is really terrifying if it happens.
It's like a 3% chance, by the way. Doesn't know what's happening, right, guys? Oh, we got 6 silence grenades. Perfect.
Okay, cool. 6 silence grenades, which is really good.
No! Okay, we need Titus to live here. Alright, we're good. It's fine. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. That could have been a lot worse.
Okay, just remember to revive.
Yeah, I'll revive after I kill him. Okay, guys,
Oh
not
my
gonna lie,
God.
I had a mini heart attack because if Titus died there, this fight would have been really weird.
It would have been like borderline unsalvageable. Like, there's a chance, but it would have been really ugly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we needed to wait to turn anyway, because we're not supposed to hit him until he uses Multi Thundara, and because that's guaranteed that he picks that move, and it hits Titus with his impervious shield. taking no damage, and Riku gets full overdrive from that. So we needed specifically 2 party members alive at the end, and also we needed Riku. So yeah, that was
terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. Also, we're kind of low on speed spheres now because we didn't get the hit, but it's okay. We can definitely just kill something.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to make up, as long as you don't run out, which
yes.
I don't think you're at risk of doing.
I just need to kill some stuff in the beacon though, which is fine. Alright, this is one of the more confusing cloisters, I would say.
The cloister of child's play.
Yep. So the one thing I'm kind of scared about is this next part coming up, is if I mess up, there's a medium key chance that we could not solve up, but the game would crash. So I'm a little worried about that. Oh yeah, I'm trolling. Okay, so.
We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
True. I completely was misremembering what to do here. It's this. Yeah, my mind's a little scrambled from that fight, because that fight, like, literally, like, all I had to do was not miss the 3% chance, and we missed 3% chance. I mean, the 97% chance, how bad, sorry.
Yeah, and it happened at a really bad time, too, because if it happened earlier, you could, like, take another, there's like a contingency plan, right? You could take a backup to get Titus out of the line of fire, but it happened at the end of his turn cycle.
And we literally just played a coin flip. If Titus died, that fight might have not been salvageable. So, thankfully, things did not go that way.
Yeah, there's a lot of spice in this run. There's like unlucky moments that are on the brink of death that don't actually kill you.
Yeah. Me and Aaron always says this run has a lot of peaks and valleys. Sometimes you're just on the top of the world because you just feel so good about yourself. You're like, I'm so lucky. And then sometimes you just get ambushed 5 times in a row and you're like, you know what? It's the casino. Same idea. Alright. Yeah, we're about to finish this cloister. This next area, you know, it's a little scary when it comes to runs because your movement has to be a little precise here. We'll try our best to not mess up. I lock in for this.
We got a couple more donations that came in.
Perfect.
We got a $4.12 donation by Corksky. Says, oops, I was too slow. Let's save some more frames because this run is fire. We also got a $50 donation from one of our runners coming up later today, Hawkfoot. Hawkfoot here. Hope everyone is enjoying MAGFest. Here is something towards the character bid war for my Sonic Mania run later today with the T. Lopes. Go Vermillion and break Spyro wide open.
All right.
Thank you so much, Hawkfoot. And thank you so much for all your generosity, everyone.
This is how it be sometimes. The game crashes. This area is a little delicate. All right, so gotta.
No, that was the break you needed to land this perfect execution.
Yes.
So yeah, this movement is really precise. One thing we have been like mindful of the entire run. We haven't been talking about it much, but it's movement based on the camera, right? A lot of it is like dependent on like camera transitions and stuff. It's like the game doesn't want to break the flow, so it keeps the camera transitions moving you forward no matter what direction you're pushing. Like if you go up and the camera says, okay, now you're pointing down, if you keep holding up, you continue going straight. Okay, very nice. But like in some rooms like that where the camera is static, you use the mini map to have a more precise like idea of where to go. Like you can't really trust the overworld like models and stuff to give you a clear understanding. Instead, the minimap on the top left, like so much of the game, you're actually as a runner looking at the top left of the screen instead of the ground you're walking on, because it gives a really clear indication of where you're going. And during that last room with that really tight movement and you barely missed that encounter, like that encounter takes a long time and it's totally avoidable with enough execution. So that was really nice.
Alright, this next fight can be a little scary if we mess up, but very
yeah, pacing at the start as usual, and we're gonna be taking these guys out in a specific order. So we want that Watto to go down because it's less variance in the fight, and it only casts Shell, which does not reduce physical damage. So now Wendigo is getting berserked, and we cast Light Curtain with Riku onto Titus so that when Titus gets hit, he won't immediately die. He has to get comboed by both the enemies in order to die.
Oh, nice crit. Yeah.
And a big crit. Alright. So, pretty much the balance of this fight, we need to get XP, we need to get Yuna in, and we need to keep Titus alive as well. We also could get Lulu XP. It's not the biggest deal if it doesn't happen, but Yuna absolutely needs XP. Vermillion stole from the Watto there so that he wouldn't heal Wendigo. Okay, so now take that guy out and we can get Yuna some quick XP. She has no risk of dying.
They need to do their credit, you know. They worked the project.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
alright.
Not a bad fight. The crit really saved us there. Alright. That's what just happened. We're gonna grab a really important item here we don't want to miss. Right.
Yeah, this is one of those interesting cases where this item is totally missable, and it's also very important. So
yes.
You can just like have one slip up of the mind, and not even autosave will save you.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that to happen to you.
So we have a zoo here, and this fight is like semi-scripted.
Need some.
Because the longer it goes, the more party members show up, and you need to wait until Lulu gets here in order to finish the fight. And then you don't need to kill this guy; you just need to flee.
Are you?
You need to get out of here. That's it.
And during the fight, switching to Sonic Steel, of course, because we had to switch to Brotherhood for damage. Brotherhood scales the further you get into the story, because, I don't know, your like bond with Waka and your team is like going up, so Brotherhood's power increases. So there's like a significant strength boost that you're missing out on if you keep Sonic Steel on. But Sonic Steel is just too good for overworld like exploration and farming. Okay.
How many more speed spheres do I need, by the way?
You are at 12 of 15.
Okay, so 3 more. That's fine. We'll just get it in. We'll just get it in. What's the name of this? Bevel.
Yeah, that's good. You got smokes from that encounter, right?
I'll be right back.
Or not smokes. Sleep powder.
Oh yeah, I could. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can use that for
I mean, I
Bevel.
need steel still first.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was doing when I get Riku. Yeah, basically here we want to make sure that we have 6 throwables for the next section of the run. It's not the end of the world if you only have 5 throwables, but it's just like much easier to have 6.
Yeah, but you have the 6 silence grenades. You can just do that strat. I just, for some reason, I was thinking it dropped.
I need still one more because I just used a silence grenade. Unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I see still one.
Shows how much I'm paying attention.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we're gonna see a lot of
easier way? No complaining.
I'll be right back.
Ty's is complaining. I'm sorry about that. This area, the encounters are actually kind of important. We actually want to see a zoo here. I like zoo personally more than any other enemy here. It's easier to steal from. Gives you 3 throwables as well. But we're reaching like relatively like pretty far into the game right now, I would say.
Live and let live.
Once you get past Wendigo and Makalania, or Macarena Temple as they call it, is when I would say like the second half of the run is like in full effect. Perfect as
Yeah, this is a big
this is the
transition
way?
point.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have Yuna right now. Yuna got lost again, and by the time you meet up with her
Miss
again,
me?
she's gonna be a
I'll be
completely
right back.
different girl. It's it's quite a transformation.
You guys will love this song. It's so cool, honestly, in my opinion, to see like how the speedrun route of this game just like is different than like your reality with this game truly is.
Right.
It's really fun. Because right now Titus is a little strong. Like he smacks people for like 3k sometimes. Some of the bosses in this game have a lot of HP and they will one-shot you, and it is really sad. So we gotta find a way to get past that, guys. Wonder how.
I'll be right back.
We're glass cannoning our way through. Like, we needed just enough bulk on Titus to live a couple things. Like, there's gonna be a boss fight coming up where he has just enough HP to live one of the regular attacks, and it's all like
go so easy
the
on you
spear
next
grid
time.
is extremely like well thought out, and it takes into account like pretty much everything that's like reasonable to play around.
Yep. Also, best part of the running company, by the way, guys. This is a fan favorite of the run, by the way. We're gonna use Orin, who we never used.
Everyone has a role in this speed run.
We use Shooting Star, guys. This is a really cool move. And he just flies out. Get out of here.
And no kidding, like that is a really important thing that Orin does in the run, because the only other way to like reasonably kill that guy, since our team is not equipped at all to deal with it, is Stone Breath or a Petrified Grenade. And Petrified Grenades are extremely rare. Stone Breath means you don't have Stone Breath later on, so you have to like somehow farm it again. So having Shooting Star there on Orin is super sick.
Cool trick come, by the way. It's called Sandragora Skip. It's a very precise trick. Basically, your goal is to be as low as you can in this crater, and then Riku will push you out of here. So I'm gonna try to get it first try. And thanks, Riku. And there we go. So
super sick.
And we're gonna hear this guy say an annoying taunt or something. We don't. We know he says something in Al bed, but it sounds like an annoying taunt to me the whole time.
But yeah, the reason that skip works is because it's a static encounter that checks if you're moving forward, and since Riku's pushing you while you're standing still, you're allowed to completely bypass the trigger. So now, getting into this encounter, you pretty much just like hit A to win. Hopefully your Lulu doesn't die. Actually, yeah, I think it don't matter. She needs like a little bit more XP.
Yeah. Alright guys, so this is the scary part of this run. Unfortunately,
let's find you.
We're not done with encounters yet. This is literally the last possible part of the encounter. I mean, with ambushes. We don't want to see an ambush. If we see an ambush here, that would suck. But that's not gonna happen, right? Alright, so this one, actually, if we get an ambush, it's not the end of the world yet. It's the next one. That's like, oh, I think we're dead, guys. But what are the odds that happens? It's 1 in 8? 12.5% chance? There's no way it's gonna happen, right?
No.
I'm jinxing myself pretty hard, but there's no way.
Even if it does happen, with your luck, it's gonna like look bad, but you'll just win anyway.
Hey, you know what? Let's make it a reality. Let's not get an ambush, guys. Please. Please. Here we go.
So...
Ah, we're good. Nice. Okay.
Why did you do this?
We're gonna be using Lancet's property of filling overdrive and abusing first strike with Titus.
Yep. So we lance it. We get a full overdrive. Nice. Let's use Stone Breath. That just kills them all instead of the overdrive we just got. We're never gonna use an overdrive, guys. Spoiler. I'm sorry. I know you guys like. I was Aqua Breath. I think it was.
The fan favorite Aqua Breath.
Aqua Breath. All right. So we got a little more important items here. So it's gonna do some of this. He's gonna keep saying that, by the way. I'm sorry. We can't turn him off. It sounds like an alarm actually in the morning.
That's a good idea.
We just got a donation, a $5 donation by K2 Sonic fan, who donated towards the Sonic Mania run later. Says, Sonic says you're a fox and foxes don't fly, which is cap, because he can fly in Sonic Mania. Thank you so much, which, by the way, we are less than $11 away from hitting $11,000 so far raised for Child's Play charity. So who is gonna get over that hump? We'll find out. Thank you guys so much, and I'll be right back.
Nice tight expression. Love to hear it. Alright, so this next boss is one of the scariest bosses in my opinion in the run. I'm just gonna save, even though I don't have to. It's just for peace of mind. Because this boss fight, you actually get an autosave. So if you mess up and you mess up your stats somehow, then you're just gonna, your run's completely screwed. But yeah, it's Evray. So I'm gonna focus up on this boss. Make sure I don't mess up.
This boss is very, very precise. There's two ways it can go. Well, I'll say the two starts, and this is the better start. The turn order is such that Titus did not get too many turns in a row, so he didn't have to waste any time. It can get a little interesting when that happens, but now we're using Map and Luck Spear. The Luck Spear that we got in Killico Woods enables critical hits guaranteed, which outputs a ton of damage and will finish this fight exactly at the time you want. We need to steal, and we need to take a turn here to make sure we get a cheer off, because if we hit the damage threshold too early, then we'll activate this phase 2 haste like quicker, and that is not good at all because you will just die. Like, this fight is just a hairpin away from going completely into destruction for your team. And we got one steal off, and unfortunately Ricky didn't get overdrive, but
It's fine.
it's clean.
Alright, so I have sleeping powders, which is really important here. We're gonna get some more backup spheres here as well. We don't want them to shoot Riku. That's fine there. Alright. So the next part is it's a bunch of fights. We're basically trying to crash this wedding. So boom, and then boom, and then these guys are actually a really annoying enemy. They have flamethrowers. They'll actually just kill my whole entire team. Besides Titus, really annoying. So we're gonna put them to bed.
We just got an anonymous message. They said, let's get to 11K.
Stay right there.
And along with that message, they gave us $25, which, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten over 11,000. We are sitting at $11,014.20. So thank you so much for your generosity, and have a wonderful MAGFAST. Let's keep going.
Oh, I'm good on speed spheres now, right?
You got 2 from the previous one.
Yep, I got 4 here.
Yeah.
Alright, perfect. Alright, some more sleeping powders. Go to bed. And then tomorrow you finish them off. Classic. Alright, we have one more fight left, and then we have the easily, actually, I'm not saying easily, but one of the worst parts of the run. It's, actually, I would say it's probably the worst part. What do you think? What are you, Alien?
I love auto-scroller. No, it's not the worst, because seeing other people's reaction to it when they have to learn it is so priceless.
It's really funny, actually. Alright, just for fun, we're gonna get another speed sphere here, just from attacking here. And I want to hear Titus say a funny line. If he says see ya, it's really funny.
See ya.
There you go. Alright, guys, and now we have the infamous Bevel Trial. Now, this part is literally 5 minutes, and I can't skip any of this. We have to just go on platforms and just listen to the same song over and over and over again. So I hope you guys like the Twister Trial song, because you're going to hear it a lot.
It's the best. This is literally an auto scroller with tech. You can lose time in the auto scroller, but you can't gain time. You can only lose time.
Yeah,
and there's like a
you cannot make it go faster. You're just hoping to mess up.
There's like a, you can see when he's coming up to these junctions that this like arrow's going back and forth, right? And what you need to do is you need to time your X button press to stop when the arrow is hitting the direction you want to go. But it's predictable in that what he's going to do is he's going to grab the sphere and then go to the other side and put it in, right? And then he's going to turn, and at the bottom of the ramp, there's another junction, and he's going to wait a cycle to manipulate the turns because they're off camera. You can't see them.
Literally.
And if you're wrong on the coin flip, guess what? You fall off. So
and you gotta do it all again, and it's like
there's actual tech, and it's annoying.
Yep. And if you take the wrong turn one time, But yeah, I hope you guys like the song. This is a perfect time for any shout outs or anything.
Yeah.
I like
this
shout
is
out.
definitely the.
Oh, you go first.
Are you gonna shout out Apache?
I can shout out Apache, my friend Apache Smash, who ran with me last year at what's it called? Metal Gear Solid 3 2-player 1 controller with Cynthia Harrell. That was a really fun time, and he hates the section. I had to go. One time he was playing this game on stream, and he called me on Discord, said, "How do I do this?" to my viewers. But yeah, what do you want to
this
say?
is definitely the cloister of Child's Play.
I got some hype to bring too because we got a few more donations. We got a $20 donation by Kazoki. Hope I have pronounced that right. Kazoki says, "Do you want to ride the show, Puff?"
Ride.
We got a $25 donation by Leo D. And then we got a $10 donation by Michael M. Said, "I had to donate to reach 11K for Child's Play. Final Fantasy X is my favorite game of all time, and my wife and I bonded over our shared love of it in the early days of our relationship. Shouts out to all those with bad dads like Titus, excuse me, and us. Thank you guys so much for your generosity. And also, don't forget, when you do donate, you can donate towards all the incentives that we got going on for our future runs that are happening today and tomorrow here at MAGFAST. With that being said, I'll be right back.
All right. I mean, if you guys are looking at this right now, like, there's not much to say. We're taking balls, we're burning to these sockets. There you go. It's funny though. First time you ever do this like casually in a playthrough, you are stuck here for like an hour. Like, you have no idea what's happening. It's pretty mean, honestly. And if you mess up, you got to go all the way back. And then we have a term, okay? There's a part of this run where you watch Titus like ride up the escalator or whatever, and you have to stare at his face, and it's just like he's just smiling. We call the ride a shame, because that means you messed up, and you just gotta look at his face the whole entire time. Thankfully, we probably won't see it, but yeah, we're like kind of almost done. The problem is these cycles take a really long time sometimes, so we're just like, yeah, we're just going through the motions.
Yeah, this part is super annoying. Like, I don't even understand how you would figure out when you're supposed to go in a casual playthrough, because the way we do it is like, we see an arrow pointing one way, and we know it's gonna point the opposite coming up. That's just something you know from trial and error.
You just know from, like, yeah, exactly. But the first time you play it, it's not intuitive. It's just, yeah. I think this is the game's kryptonite, is this section, but it's not that long, right? It's only like an hour long. First time. There is another autoscroller later on that's, like, in my opinion, just as annoying, but, like, it's not like, it's just it's memorization, aka look at a PNG on your phone, which is the real tech. Alright, so we have one more turn to make here. We go, everyone. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is the last turn we're gonna take here, guys. And I'm gonna cheer for this. I'm gonna hold A. Boom, we're done. There you go. And that's my trial. That is the longest auto scroller of this game. I actually don't mind it too much personally because I get to actually relax and do other stuff while I'm doing this trial, which is actually really good because this run's pretty long. Even though it is like 3 hours for RPG speedruns. RPG speedruns are relatively long in general. This run, 3 hours, pretty short for RPG speedrun, but it's still 3 hours, you know. All right, well, guys, this is the part of the run where we get to finally show you guys how we beat the run. So first things first, we're gonna get Bahamut, which is a pretty important Aeon. We get a banger here, one of the best songs in the game, in my opinion. And we're gonna be buffing a character here to complete this game. And you guys are gonna look at some questionable things we're gonna see. We're gonna be doing here. Very questionable.
There must be an.
So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go Sphere Grid. We're gonna go to Orin. Over here. Not over there. I accidentally moved up there, so I need to move back actually.
Oh, Orin has too many levels. Why do you get so much XP, bro?
Yeah, sorry, man. Alright, level 2 key sphere. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna use another level 2 key sphere. And we're just gonna plant Oron like here, you know, just innocent little space here. And we're gonna give Madness Spear here. And then we're gonna Yuna. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna open up this slot. And there's 3 strength nodes there. You know what? Those strength nodes look pretty good. You know, Yuna, pretty buff woman, you know. I'm gonna give her, let's give her like a lot of attack, a lot of strength. You know, she's gonna smack people with her little staff. We're gonna use a teleport sphere. We're gonna go to Orin. He's chilling over there. And also Yuna, she uses a lot of magic too. We'll use a magic sphere here. Power. We're gonna give her 4 strength. Why not? That's a lot of strength.
She's lifting.
Yeah, she's lifting right now, actually. Yeah. So we're gonna give her more magic because she's a spellcaster, you know. Some health, 4 strength, you know. A lot of strength, and more strength.
Round out her kit
And
with
some
defense.
speed.
Speed is always important, no matter who you are.
Yep. And then, oh, look over there. There's another strength thing over there. Maybe she wants that. Yeah, we're giving her a lot of stuff, guys. I wonder why we're doing this. Is Yuna just gonna smack people with her wand and then she's just gonna kill everybody in one hit? Is that what's gonna happen? So we're getting magic too, because she needs that, you know. Some HP, more strength. Alright, so I want Alien to explain why we're giving so much strength, because I keep talking about how much strength we're giving her. We just gave her so much strength. It's ridiculous, actually.
The Sphere Grid is very satisfying, and when you're like, so I had a couple people, or like a handful, several students learn this run, and some of them were not aware of why this grid is going the way it is right now. Because Yuna is a healer, a summoner, and she is not on the front lines really, like as a character. But one of the really high points about this game is the Sphere Grid's, you know, ability to let you customize your characters and stuff, and you can go for a build that's totally not what you'd expect, and it's gonna show right here on Shiva.
Yeah, I actually forgot to. I tried to put Ixion, but I picked Shiva in accident. It actually doesn't matter between the two. No, it actually doesn't matter between the two.
Us.
But it's cool to see Shiva eventually. We never see Shiva.
Yeah,
Hold on,
Ixion's just a low fast
4.4K. We won't see any. We will not see a single magic attack from these guys. By the way, we buffed our Aeons a lot. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but we're still doing like comparable damage to Titus.
Yeah,
with
like
the Shiva here.
About 4K, yeah. So not anything too you know, disastrous.
Yeah, we're not like super crazy yet.
Yeah.
But it's very nice to just be able to kind of eliminate anything. it's random whether you get 2 or 3 encounters in here. Just a little time loss, but even if you get the extra encounter, you get some XP.
Alright.
But you actually got only 2.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal if you get 2 or 3. Okay, guys, so this is what me and Airly like to call Pokemon battles. So we see Isaru here. He's summoning Ifrit. It's a different name, actually. I forgot the names, but he's summoning it. So he's summoning Ifrit. So how do we counter Ifrit? I think we're gonna use Bahamut, you know. And Bahamut, you know, he's a really, really strong Aeon. Just look how like you know, packed he is. Pretty strong. So you guys saw Shiva do about 4,000 damage. You know, that's kind of a lot, honestly, considering what we've been doing this whole entire run. 4K, pretty decent, you know. So we're gonna see how much damage Bahamut's able to do here, comparatively to what Shiva was doing. Alright, here we go. Oh, 12,806. That's a lot. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Isaru's like, okay, you know what? My bad. I picked a bad Aeon. I think I found the answer. I think the answer is I'm gonna use Val for the first Aeon. You know what? And Val for, you know, flying. You know, flying beats fighting. You know. Respectable decision there. But we're gonna pick Bahamut again because our Bahamut is pretty strong. Stats are pretty busted, right? We'll see if we're able to do the same exact amount of damage we did last time.
We just got a $10 donation by Bodcap. Says, I tuned in just in time for the Bevel trials. My hype levels have never been so high. Good luck, Vermillion. And remember, they grow on trees.
Oh my god, thanks, Bodcap.
Thank you so much. And I am going to pass the host torch over to Meta Ruler here, who's taking over my shift. Guys, thank you so much for your generosity, and keep it coming here at MagFAST. Thank you guys so much.
Alright, so one thing too, I did right now is, so Isaru said, oh, you're using the OP Bahamut. I'm gonna use Bahamut. It's my turn to use Bahamut, you know, Mom told me to. And the problem is, we can't use Bahamut to kill Bahamut, because he has it, you know? So we're gonna pick Shiva. We're gonna fight Shiva with Bahamut. So funny thing about his Bahamut though, is Bahamut only has one move. It's Mega Flare. That's it, nothing else. So we're gonna try to kill him before he can get Mega Flare. It's a lot of damage. I've actually never seen this auto attack so many times. I mean, not auto attack, but like this attack before, like so many times. Airly, what about you?
Only when I watch certain streamers.
Yeah, it's majestic, you know.
It looks really good. It's just like slightly slower. Like usually if people are tryharding for a record or going for PB attempts, you're gonna see Ixion here because his attack animation's so fast and his summon animation's so fast.
Yep.
But Shiva's graceful.
Yeah, Shiva's more swag. Alright, and okay. guess what now? We're swimming, I guess.
We love swimming mechanics. How do you feel about it in this game specifically?
Oh, it's not that bad, thankfully. It's just the way the movement in this game is really weird. Whenever you like, if you were to play it again, guys, I highly implore you guys to play this game again. When you try to move, the movement is like you're like stuck on like a wire. It's weird sometimes. It's hard to explain. Kind of tanky.
It's like depending on the way the camera is angled. Sometimes you feel like you have more control on some screens than others.
Alright guys, we have the hardest boss in the entire game right now. We have every Altana, okay? So
yeah, we saw how hard the first one was.
So we're gonna use a Phoenix down on the boss. It's a zombie. Oh, it's immune to death though, but it did 8,000 damage. Oh, and Titus Dot is funny, I never see that. And then we're gonna use another Phoenix down. And then guess what happens? Boss is dead. But normally we have to flee from this boss and like break the chains and stuff like that, but we don't care about that kind of stuff. And now we just swim, we're just chilling. You know. Nice little dip. But yeah, we're gonna be reunited with Yuna soon, and we're gonna see the true effects of how strong Bahamut can be.
Yeah, essentially, what we were doing with Thorin was just setting him up in a spot for Yuna to completely abuse. Like, he had nothing. Like, he had nothing to gain from that. He got like what, +4 magic. Yeah, cool. He doesn't even know a single spell. He's just fodder for Yuna to use his Sphere Grid, and we're gonna be repeating that by having her mooch off of Titus's Sphere Grid. So his Sphere Grid, like, his location's super good, and we saw how amazing it was for Seymour and Evray and all that. And yeah, the idea is to have Yuna take advantage of that too. Now, if you think back on what exactly is in his Sphere Grid area, it's like a bunch of speed, a bunch of HP, but the attack, including the Blitzball Strength Sphere node. So that's a +4 right there that she's gonna have access to. That is so much. That is like
she's lifting
5% of her total strength that she already had from all those other strength nodes she got, and it's just more power. And it's interesting too how the damage cap is quad 9. You can only do 4 9s worth of damage, except Bahamut, who has break damage limit. He's the only party member right now with break damage limit, so he's able to transcend and just output monstrous amounts of damage, and we'll be able to see that in action once we get out of this area. We just need to pick up a couple kills here for XP. Even the bonk.
It's so satisfying, not gonna lie.
Live and let live.
She's so strong. She's stronger than Titus already. Does she really need guardians? She's kind of smacking all these guys.
Turns out she's actually a melee character in disguise.
Yeah, literally. Alright.
Yeah, she is. She's the new frontliner. She's the hard carry. She scales super hard, but starts out super weak. We only get to see like a couple summons, and then
Live and let live.
just like that, she gets broken.
Alright. So guys, earlier we saw Bahamut do about 12,000 damage, okay? So what number do you guys think is coming up next? We're gonna fight this next boss.
Live and let live.
How much damage do you think Bahamut's gonna do on his next attack? Like probably like 16k, 20k, something like that, right?
I'll just give you a hint. We need to hit the boss with Titus to make sure we get a kill.
Yeah. So, you know, like, we didn't really give her that many stats comparatively to before, so we'll see how much damage we do here. So, yeah, it was about, like, 12k before. Now we're going to attack with Bahamut, and you'll see the true effects of how strong getting strength is on this character. This thing did about, 33,709. Triple the damage. Triple the damage. Oh, Ice Brand, nice. It's only
Stop getting Ice Brand.
It's only 2 hours too late, but you know, thanks game.
Oh, it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, Titus Yuna kissing cutscene. Spoiler. You don't play the game yet. It's on the box art. All right. And
Yeah.
now we're in the Calm Lands.
Bahamut scales so crazy. It's because, like, when you're playing the game, you're thinking, okay, Yuna doesn't normally have access to that much strength, and what good would she have for strength? She's like a healer. She cures status, she keeps her party alive, and she gives them buffs and stuff. So, okay, strength is like the last thing on your mind. Let's make it scale super hard so that what little strength she does get is gonna go a long way and make her Aeon stronger, so that they can, you know, tank and do stuff. But, like, we found a way to stretch our levels just enough to fully abuse it. Like, we're gonna hit crazy numbers, and we're gonna be like two-shotting things that normally would have like a really complicated like gimmick or like screen nuking attacks that just like do like 10 status effects, so we don't even have to worry about.
Yeah, we just don't care. Like Bahamut says, some people call him One Punch Man, some people call him, you know, Big Punch Guy. You know,
I've heard Bahamut Ali.
I like Baja Blatt. That one's godlike. But yeah, we're just gonna walk through the Calm Lands. There's a lot of encounters, so if the host has anything to say, you know, shout out the charity that we're doing for.
Okay, so how do you feel about the encounter rate in this game?
It's actually really like weird, because sometimes there's the areas that have like small encounter rates, and then areas that just have a high encounter rate. So it just depends on the area. But like I would say it's like slightly annoying, like to like moderately annoying.
I was wondering because it seemed like you got to three pretty quick ones, and now you're getting a little bit of a stretch where there's nothing.
I mean, yeah, that's good. Yeah, some areas just have a lot. Like when you get a moon flow and stuff like that, the condensed areas, there's a lot of encounters, and you're just kind of like, please let me out. I don't want to be here anymore.
The area after this, Mount Gagazet, it has the highest encounter rate in the game, so we're going to be seeing the disparity between this area's low to moderate to Gagazet's tuned up to the max.
All right, so guys, there's a section coming up, okay? It's where we're basically gonna pray for a roughly 25% chance drop on this next boss. Not the next boss, but the next boss, and it's called Friend Spheres. So I need everyone in the audience to give me their friendship in order for me to pray, hopefully get a Friend Sphere, because there has been basically the run, you save a minute if you get a Friend Sphere, essentially. But it's a really rare drop, and it's near the end of the game. And the meme is like, whenever I'm in streaming this game, I'm like, are there any friends in chat? And people are like, yeah, I'm here. And then I don't get it, I'm like, fake friend.
Throw a strike. You can't do this.
Yeah, no, because like it's completely random, and the world record at this moment needs the Friend Sphere. You need it because if you don't, you lose a minute, and it's like near the end of the run. So like you're just kind of sad if you don't get it.
Goes all up to the 1 in 4.
1 in 4 straight up, yeah. It's about 23% chance, so a little lower, but you know, roughly. I like saying
that's okay. We'll round it 1 in 4.
Yeah, 1 in 4. All right, so it's actually funny. This boss is actually kind of difficult if we didn't get the extra power, that strength node. But we're just gonna summon Bahamut. He's gonna do some smashy stuff. This boss will kill Bahamut though if you don't kill him before he kills you. That's kind of the bosses. Most bosses in this game is you don't want them to attack you ever. A lot of damage, 34,000. That's a lot of damage. And there we go. You get to hear the fanfare one time, guys. The only time we hear the fanfare. There we go. That's the last time we'll hear it, guys. I'm so sorry. All right, here we go. The next boss. This is where we pray for that 25% drop.
All right.
I know we got some friends.
Yeah, are there any friends in the audience, guys? Please tell me you're my friend. I see one hand up. All right, hopefully that's enough. Okay, wait a minute. Give me your energy. Let's go. Okay. All right, let's do this. All right, here we go. So the first thing we're gonna do. So Kamari, we didn't level him up at all, but these guys scaled to his level, thankfully. All right, we're gonna use this. Use a really funny item, bulldoze. We're gonna use a water gem first. Look how much damage it does. It's really funny. Give me a quick shower. See, that guy deserves a shower. This guy deserves, just fire, I guess. All right, here we go, guys. We just want to see Friend Spheres here on this next screen. If we do, we save 1 whole minute. Here we go.
Come on.
4 friends?
4 friends would be terrifying, I'll be honest. All right, here we go. Friends? No friends. Oh, no.
Rats.
It's alright. It's just slightly slower. And now we gotta do a long menu. So with Yuna, we're gonna use a return sphere here. And we're just gonna go over here. Oops. Power.
And you said world record currently hits that, I say, on the first try. Okay.
You do have to hit that, yes. You will, like, losing a minute in this speedrun is actually gigantic. Like, at this point.
Dang.
Yeah. And a run like this that's, like, so optimized, it's like losing a minute is, like, you'll feel it. And then we're gonna do one more sphere grid here. We're not gonna actually do anything here, we're just gonna set it up. So Lulu's grid, we're just gonna go all the way down. This is the grid we would do if we got the friend spheres, but unfortunately, the friends were not found.
Yeah, essentially what the friend spheres do is it accelerates Yuna's growth. She would be able to get more stats quickly, because there's a terrifying boss coming up, and you would be able to kill it much faster if you had the stats like from the strength and the surrounding nodes. But at least in return, you can get a couple first strike weapons, and now not only does Titus go first, but Yuna and Auron also go first. Now Yuna makes sense because she's very fast. She's like the most important party member because she does the most damage. But Auron might not make sense because he's like totally useless. But fortunately or unfortunately, Auron is necessary party member. Like he is automatically thrown into your party in a very important battle, so he needs to go first.
Yeah, it's literally just because he's set in a party. He needs to have to go first. It's literally it, no other reason. Very funny. I have Riku here. I have Auron in the party here because he gets first strike. I'm trying to find one encounter here, so we can give Riku overdrive. Would be very helpful.
We just received a $75 donation from Mr. McSpacky Pants, which reads, "You unlocked Yuna's hidden skill, Boop of Doom. Also, you must ride the shoe puff."
We did ride the shoe puff. I'm sorry, guys. It was off camera, aka in the cutscene when we were skipped. All right, we're looking for this one encounter. We haven't seen it yet, but yeah, you guys noticed the encounter rate is really high. This isn't the worst part though. Mount Gagazet is when the Gagazet cave is where I truly hate it the most. It's very annoying. This area is really annoying as well. It's the wrong encounter. I've gone the wrong encounter many times already. It's not a big deal though if we don't get it. It's just slightly slower. Oh, there we go. This is it. So what we're gonna do here, we're just gonna run away with Titus. He tripped on his shoes again. We're gonna try to escape with Auron. He got away. His shoes are actually tied. Ties is out. We're gonna steal from the middle thing. And guys, look away. I'm sorry for all the Riku fans. Just watch her die really fast. I'm sorry. We need to overdrive. I'm sorry. Her overdrive, like I said, is by far the most important thing in this game. So we really need to make sure that we get it.
Are you gonna silence or are you going to use overdrive right away?
Silence. I think they have a silence command, so I'm not to use overdrive, and I'll use overdrive for the final boss, thankfully. And thankfully I don't have to, I can bring in Kimari instead of Riku as well. So one thing I haven't shown you guys yet, but if Riku tries to throw an item when she's at low HP, she takes forever. She tries to get up because, I mean, she's at 1 HP, she's about to die. But the animation takes a century to do, and it's like, you don't want to see it. Alright, we're almost done though. We can fight Seymour Flux, which is honestly like a pretty difficult boss fight, honestly, if you're not ready for it in a casual playthrough. We want to make sure our party members are set correctly here. Right. Formation. We're gonna have Riku, Yuna, Auron, Titus, and alright, so first thing we're gonna do haste on. We're gonna attack with Yuna first. The mouth. And then we're gonna haste her. And then we're gonna switch out for Kimari. He's gonna lob a silence grenade here. And then now we have Bahamut. Unfortunately, Bahamut is not strong enough yet to kill this boss in one hit. So what we have to do is we have to use Impulse, which is a really cool move. Still gonna do a lot of damage. Will not kill the boss unless we get a crit, which could happen. It's about an 8% chance. There's no way that happens, right? Okay, did not happen. And now Seymour is gonna say, "Bahamut, you're cheating." So he's gonna just banish Bahamut for now and instantly kills Bahamut. Very sad to watch. Our big boy is just down.
But we saw how much damage Yuna can do, and she's hasted, so she's taking him to Bonk City.
Sacrifice one time. Then we'll just attack us with Yuna. Ready to annihilate.
Yeah. He's like so far behind, and he's silenced, so he's really doing nothing.
Yeah.
Shows the power of Yuna, you know? She gets those bonks and the boops. We'll do you. Actually. Alright, so Bahamut's dead, unfortunately, but we're about to revive him right here. Let's touch a save sphere one time, and he's back. He's new.
I do love that your options every time you order this either is save and play blitzball.
Yeah,
the two most
literally.
important things in life.
Yeah, and if you play blitzball, I'm sorry.
Hey, you know.
Yeah, blitzball is it's a fun meme at the end of the day of the run, but it's still just one of many RNG factors in the speed run. All right, so now we're going to Gagazet Cave, which is really annoying area. We get to play a Mario Party minigame, and if I mess up, I'm sorry guys, it'd be embarrassing. But hopefully we don't. But we're gonna get a lot of encounters here. Thankfully we have Sonic Steel, like I said, and we just don't have to worry about any of these encounters. But we got some puzzles and stuff we gotta do.
Yeah, we don't want Yuna in the party because since she's faster.
My game just crashed again.
Oh my god.
Hey, thankfully, this game's got autosaves.
Good thing we just saved.
At all.
Yep. Alright, actually, I don't even know where this autosave's at, but whatever.
It's like right at the beginning of this room.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, okay, like I said, we're
everything is fine. It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, basically the reason why I keep getting these crashes is because I didn't download this thing called the 4 GB patch. So if you don't download the 4 GB patch onto and patch this game's very susceptible to a lot of crashes. So this is a reminder to anyone who plays this game to please look up 4 GB patch and patch this game, even if you're playing casually. I completely forgot about it because I usually just have it ready, but yeah, it happens sometimes. Thankfully, these crashes have been catastrophic. The only one I'm kind of scared about is the final boss.
Okay, so what's so bad about the final boss?
It's just that we would have to watch the cutscenes again, and that's it. Because like it usually crashes when the Aeons are being summoned, and like that's it.
Oh, okay.
It's like I won't soft lock or anything. It's just like it would just be annoying.
Yep, soft lock is this is not great. So yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah, thankfully we would just lose a little bit of time, if that did happen. But we'll get there when we get there. Hopefully that doesn't happen. What are your thoughts, Erlen? What are the odds of crashing here? You think?
What are the odds? I mean, I've only seen one. No, I guess I've seen two from the same guy. So I guess it's possible.
True. All right,
but it won't be that bad.
All right, we gotta get this ball into the center of the screen, guys.
There's a visual cue here.
Let's go!
Hey, blitzball skills paying off.
We win those Mario Party mini games, guys. That's what we call it, the Mario Party mini games. Sometimes though, I've seen record runs, like record on pace runs, just barely miss that. It's like, oh, you have to wait for the whole rotation to go around. Or PBs, my bad. Not what record, the PBs. It's
You're
like,
tracking good. You get the 1 in 4, and then suddenly you miss the ball.
Yes, it's like there's a visual cue that we use for that section, but at the same time, like it's nerve-wracking. It's like, oh, if I mess this up, I lose like a lot of time.
Yeah, and sometimes it's literally rigged, where like there's these vines in the middle that'll get in front of the core, and even if you make the perfect shot, you can't get it in because it's just said no. Which thankfully, if you hit it first try, it's consistent.
Yeah, but if you don't get it first try, that's the worst part.
That's messed up. That it just starts putting lines in.
Yeah. So that's funny. So in this area, there's actually a fun fact. There's two things we want to avoid in this area. We don't want Walker to talk about eating steaks from one of these monsters here, because we have to wait for his dialogue. And the other one is we don't want to talk about Riku saying, "Is this dark flan edible?" Because we have to wait for her to say the whole entire voice line. Literally,
Yeah,
that's it.
The fact that people can talk in the party has been a factor throughout the game. Like Lulu talked at Moonflow, but it's like one of those things. It's like a risk with your party formation is that sometimes they have things to say depending on what area they're at. And with Titus, it's unavoidable because he has to be in the party to flee. So he has a lot to say. But like if you have other party members in, and you're like, okay, I want this guy because he's tanky, or I want this formation, or I want Lulu because dogs will hit her, you'll just get extra dialogue that wastes like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
or you could just not.
It's so weird because like it just seems so minuscule, but it's like I don't want to see that, you know. It's like a few seconds, but it's like it's avoidable.
Yeah, it adds up too.
All right, this is the hardest puzzle in the entire game, guys. I'm gonna press right on the D-pad. I'm gonna press A, and then I'm gonna press A one more time. That's the puzzle. Very difficult. But yeah, the colors are just corresponding to their sphere grid colors.
I'm really seeing the strategy here. You just don't pick the same one.
Oh, there we go. More encounters, more fish. If it's funny enough, if you're missing power spheres, the fish are actually a good way to just get some power spheres at the end of the game if you're lacking a little bit. But our sphere count's very, very strong. We took it a little bit safe as well. Overall, the luck of this run has been pretty decent. Just the crashes were a little annoying. That is crazy. I swam for like 5 inches and then I got hit by an encounter. The fish weren't ready. The fish didn't want me to leave.
The fish want you. They want to destroy you.
All right, get me out, please. Get me out. Thank you. Oh my god. This area is the worst part when you're going for world record because the variance of time you can get in this area is wild. Your movement has to be really good, but also like you can't like get lucky. Oh no, don't say it. I don't think you can say it.
Yeah, Waka and Riku are forced in your party because they're the only ones who can swim. So, unfortunately, you run the risk of mistakes and edible flan.
Takes an edible flan, yep. We just want to hear it. It'd be funny if we heard it though. Alright, Bahamut is alive, thank goodness. I think Mike Wazowski is what I call that thing right there.
Earlier on, we're doing a long sphere grid in Mount Gagazet, and we moved Titus, and we got a little ability called Armor Break with him. And what Armor Break does is if they have if they need armor, if you need to pierce their armor, that just removes their armor entirely, and it's like a huge defense multiplier. And this boss right here has armor, so what we're gonna do is we're going to break his armor. Didn't miss. Let's go. And
alright, watch the damage here. Just look at the damage.
Yeah, like Titus is still second in command. He's very important, and he enables crazy damage.
Alright, let's see it. How much damage is gonna be? We got 52,000.
Wow. Well, you know.
That's a lot. I think that's a lot, guys.
Titus just goes in there, he's like, don't worry, I'll put a chip in there. Go get a Bahamut. Boom, 52k.
Actually. Oh, strong person. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so this section, you know, this is a little bit of a chill walk, but we're going to get to one of my favorite sections of the whole entire game. We're about to go to the beginning of the game, technically. The intro. Very, very, very famous intro. Let me get through here, though. I love this part of the run because it's like we just it's like a nice little chill walk, no music, no nothing. It's like the run's actually almost over, because any run that gets to this point is like honestly like a blessing, because that means that like you're able to continue this all the way here. You have thoughts, just think about it, and then you get to the most famous section, and then here we go. We got the intro to this.
You get to the part of the game where you're like, oh, that's the title screen, and then Titus stops talking in this like weird narrative, like expositive like narration where he's just like talking in like a deeper voice and it doesn't really sound like himself. It's really interesting.
Yeah, and I love
There's
this
no
part
more-
of the section too, because the music never stops playing, even
Yeah,
during
it's really cool.
encounter.
In the battles,
Yeah, it's so sick.
this is like such a crazy moment in the game where it's like all the emotion is running through, but like in the speed run, we're just kind of running.
Yeah. I always appreciate this section though, because it's like a song you never hear that much in the game, like ever. It's the only time you hear it, and it's like it feels like my final lap of the run. You know what I mean? Like I'm almost done. I can't do this. As I do this though, I need to pull up a picture on my phone. Actually, it's the next puzzle. So fun fact, guys, the next puzzle is we have to do a bunch of Tetris puzzles. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest, and 99.995% of speedrunners do not memorize the puzzle. We use a PDF on our phone or computer. Someone has a printed put on their wall, and it's literally the solutions to the puzzle. Because you could memorize it, but at the same time, it's just like you can just look at it. The dark one.
Did you get the Lux sphere?
I did, yeah.
Or the okay.
Yeah. Always grab Lux Sphere. So we grabbed an item earlier, the Lux Sphere. It's actually important for marathon runs because it makes this next fight guaranteed. If I didn't grab it, the next fight has a 3% chance of failing, and we saw what happened earlier. A 3% chance. That's kind of big for these kind of runs, you know. And we're gonna hear the song. You guys, I hope you guys like this song because we're gonna hear the song for the next like 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a lot of time that we're just gonna have to like listen to the song. I call it marching band music, you know, preparing for something. All right. So yeah, I just pulled up the picture on my phone. I completely forgot about it before this run, actually. Because...
Oh, did you get you need to get the front spheres?
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Thank you so much. This is
I know
actually...
you're focused on Tetris.
Yeah.
Tetris is harder.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate it. This is actually a really important item that I would have missed. I would have had to go back and get it if you didn't tell me. Thank goodness. All right. A lot more random encounters. There's just soldiers here, you know. But yeah, this next part, we're gonna hear this song a lot. It's a lot of stuff, and I hope you guys like Tetris. I don't like Tetris in this game.
I was gonna make a comment in the last area that I'm like, oh, I really like that it like keeps the music like whenever you go to battle now. I now that we've entered the second portion, perhaps we'll have to walk that one back a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's just this over and over and over again. All right, so we got one more sphere grid here before this next fight. We're gonna go to Yuna. We're gonna friend sphere immediately down.
Okay, so this is where we get the friend sphere if we don't hit the one.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
So I'm gonna use 2 power spheres here, and we're gonna go over here. We're gonna use a speed sphere here,
Wow, that enables a lot of stuff.
and we're gonna use there's a Lux sphere here, a Fortune sphere, and then we're gonna use this really cool tech called a Seraph warp. So we're gonna use this return sphere to teleport one distance, just to make sure we just don't use that level. Because you need to use a level to move one time. We're gonna use it one more time here. We're gonna use a speed sphere here, and then we're going to use a black magic sphere, go to fire, and then we're gonna use our last return sphere to go all the way up here. And then got this. It doesn't really matter that much right now because I have to finish this grid later, but I like to do it now. And then
Yeah, it's pretty cool tech how you use a black magic sphere. You can get some from Seymour, and I know there's like another guaranteed spot where you get some, but you get one on Lulu's grid, and she opened the level 2 to move all the way down so that you could use the friend sphere and get all those stats. But it also opens that path. So you use it to teleport when normally you can only go to places you previously activated, but since you activate it from across the map, you can return to that. It's pretty cool.
it's really cool, yeah. Oops. I'm pretty sure I messed up, didn't I? I was kidding.
Yeah, that was a cool little one, but now there's 5 more.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, there's a lot more, guys. I hope you guys. Like I said, the song. I wasn't joking. We're gonna be here for a while. It's not even close to over yet.
Oh, wow.
And we get a fun playground for the next 5 puzzles.
Yep. You see, like, that was the baby one. That was the tutorial. Now we got this whole room we gotta deal with. I'm looking at my phone. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Boom.
I'm like, initially, I'm like, oh, this is kind of neat. Like, I don't know how it works, but now I'm, I'm once again starting to wonder about that one.
Yep. But yeah, we gotta do this, and that over and over again. And then we grab that. That's it, this one. But they only get more complicated, guys. I'm sorry. That was the first one. We have 4 more after this. And the song is still playing, by the way. I'd like to put that out. It doesn't end. Imagine bump this on your playlist, you know? I don't even know the name of the song even is, actually. I want to remove my memory. Alright, so the third one, pretty complicated comparatively to the other ones. This is the true endgame though, for sure. Boom. Like I said, guys, like, most speedrunners of this game do not memorize this, because it's not worth it, I'll be honest. There are some runners out there who do, but it's like, I could just look at my phone, I could look at a picture.
Like, look, I'm not allocating that much brain power to this.
Yeah, even the world record holder literally uses his phone. I mean, uses a PNG, because, like, why wouldn't you? I need to have it on a t-shirt, so I can look at my t-shirt and be like,
well, that would be genius. Just wear it on the shirt and look at it.
Or just have my commentator wear it and be like, okay, I'm gonna stare at you. Okay, so it's that one next. Dude, low-key, next time, dude, hear me out.
Yeah, you could have like 4 on your chest, and then like 2 on your sleeves.
No, hear me out. Have 6 commentators. Each of them has a different solution to the puzzle.
Here's what you do, right? You get your commentator to wear like 6 different shirts, and they just have to take them off.
Take it off.
You're doing the maps. So they're burning up for the first like 2 hours of the run, but then they can take them as we go.
It's actually like a skit, like a comedy skit. All right. Alright, so this is the final one, guys. I know you guys are sad that we're about to not do this anymore, but this is the final one. As long as I don't mess up. Movement here is kind of weird. A little bit. At least the sound effects are kind of cool. Alright, and then one more thing. Hey, we did it, guys. Let's go. That was the most exciting part of the game, right? Screw the random battles. I'd rather just play Tetris the whole time.
Yeah, this is the final boss when you're starting. What about this? This is truly the final boss.
Yeah. This is the real final boss.
It's like the final test of patience. It's like,
Yeah,
are you burnt out?
Are you burnt out, literally? Alright, but the next boss is actually a really cool boss, but Bahamut Big Punch. That's it. It's funny though, this boss actually will look like I will die to this boss, but the damage values make it so I will never die to this boss. As long as I grid it correctly. Oh, my health is a little low. Oh no, I got an extra thing because that's what it's here. Never mind. Alright, big boy.
Hi, Bahamut.
We can get a crit here too, that'd be cool. A lot of damage. Uh-oh. a lot of damage. That was close, right? So, fun fact, guys, since we have like no magic, so since we have no magic, right? Right now, Bahamut has overdrive. He has Mega Flare. If he did Mega Flare, he would probably do like 4,000 damage, comparatively to my 36,000 damage that I was doing with my punches. Quite the opposite of what you would expect from this guy. All right. So we have a really hard boss coming up. We're gonna do one more grid here. From Yuna. We're gonna do the mana, a power sphere, and then we are very good. That's it. And then we have 3 phases of this boss, guys, and I want you guys to guess what we're gonna do for this boss fight. What could possibly be the strat for this boss fight? It's settled with violence.
Send in Titus.
Send in Titus. No. That is really weak compared to our big boy Bahamut. He's gonna come in there. He's got the big fist. We got the Fortune Lux Sphere so that we will not miss this fight. So fun fact, there's 3% chance to miss a hit on this boss. It happened to me on my PB actually. I actually missed, and it was really sad. Also 67k.
I was sitting there worried. There's no way, right?
No, there's actually no way. You cannot. As long as you have the Lux Sphere, it makes it so this is a guaranteed hit no matter what. And also we're doing a lot of damage. So each of these phases has 60k HP, and Bahamut's doing a lot of damage. Oh no, he's got 138 damage. That sucks. Oh no, absorb. How much damage? 1400. Oh no, let's see what we get. All right, 68k.
Wow, yeah, no.
Okay, but Yunalesca has one more phase. She's like, you know what? I think I figured it out. I'm gonna go with one more move that could potentially do it.
No one can survive Mega Death.
Yeah, Mega Death. Oh wait, Aeons are immune to death. I mean, sorry, Bahamut's immune to death. All right, sick. And then she's like, you know what? I'm gonna use Brain Blast. Alright, I mean that hurt. But let's see how much damage we do. There you go.
Wow.
Alright, we want to see a drop here. Let's see it. We did not get a drop, unfortunate. Alright. We wanted to see a weapon drop there, but we didn't get one. It's fine.
That was a close one for sure.
Yeah.
I was a little worried.
68k. A lot of damage, right guys?
Yeah, there's so many fights towards the end here that look close, but it's mathematically, like, we've had archmages actually come up with the route, and they've made sure that you cannot die.
Yeah, you literally cannot die. You could be like 1 HP maybe. Be like, yeah, that's expected.
Hey, the most important HP is the last one. That's a tank mantra.
True. As long as he's standing, Bahamut will punch, and he will kill. All right, so I hope you guys like this airship because we're gonna see this exact hallway a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean like 5 times. So we're gonna go up here. Go to this hallway. You guys are gonna know this layout like the back of your hand by the time we finish this run. All right. So now, guess what we do? We talked to Yuna, we talked to Kimari, and then how about we just go back the way we just came? You know, just same exact hallway.
Yes, I love treading back over the same hallway.
Yeah. I mean, I know you love it, so we're gonna see it again and again and again. At least the music's good though. He's like, yep.
Well,
What?
baby here.
Alright. What a high bridge. And we're officially in the end game. We're getting pretty close to the end here.
I must thank.
That's Bahamut, by the way.
So.
Yeah, that's our boy.
What?
And then we talk to Sin, and we go to Sid. Let's go.
The final show.
That never gets old.
I actually love saying that so much. Alright guys, guess what? The same exact hallway we just saw earlier. Let's go. Same exact.
Alright.
They would.
reviewers are touching this game like 20 years later, and they're like, man, this game's a hallway simulator.
Kinda is. A lot of rooms are hallways. Like Moonflow is a hallway, straight up. This game has a lot of hallways. The Blitzball locker room's a hallway as well. All right. So guys, unfortunately, we actually need to hit Sin's Fin here, but unfortunately, Bahamut can't punch. He can't go all the way over there, even though he has wings. So the next best thing we got Impulse, which is literally the same exact damage, but it's a little slower animation. We want to see it crit here anytime because a crit will save us one cycle. And oh yeah, both of you see it. Nope, 42, 24. I always said is my goal is to one day see a 42069 on this exact thing here, but it's impossible. I think it's possible. I've never seen it though.
I think I was testing it on the tracker and seeing what damage ranges you can actually get between like 1 and 30 or 0 and 32, and it's like barely off.
It's barely off? Oh my god.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can beat 42060.
No, I mean it's a unicorn, but I have to believe.
The dream is dead until a new route.
Alright, so more impulses here. Please get a crit. It's cool animation, honestly. It's for some reason it's like physical damage. It's basically your strength, even though it's like magic balls, you know, going towards you. I don't get it.
We impulse again.
Yep. No crits, unfortunately. Oh, we got a crit. We got a crit, but it didn't matter. We love to see those. It's big damage though. All right, so there's a guardian here for this core here named Sinspawn Janae. We don't care about Sinspawn Janae. We're just gonna bypass them. The reason why is because of the death animation of Janae takes so long, and it's just not worth it. We'd rather just dodge that, hit the core with another impulse. And then, guys, I know you guys missed the hallway, okay? I know the hallway was, you know, like your second home, okay? But don't worry about that, because we're gonna just go right back there.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, let's go! Yeah.
All right.
Back in the hallway.
Well, I'll tell you what. While we're traversing this hallway here, we did get a $7.11 donation from Erlian, which is shout-outs to Bud students of Yvonne, and huge shout-outs to Vermillion's blasphemous Albed Tetris cheating device.
Yo, thanks, Erlian.
No problem.
I was cheating by using the Tetris device. Alright guys, so we're gonna talk to Yuna, and then guess where we're going. We get spawned to the bottom. We're going back up. Let's go. Unfortunately, that's the last time we'll see this hallway.
Oh.
Sorry. We're reaching the end of the game. We actually have to do stuff. I'm sorry. We have to save the world.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah. I'd rather just walk up the hallway and go up this go up the elevator over and over again. Alright, so this fight, we're fighting Sin. It's a really whatever fight. We can get one shot if we don't do this. Where's the music at? What the hell? I've never actually heard this part without music. This is really weird. Usually there's a boss fight music here. But, why not? Let's have some quiet here in time with Sin. Bahamas can do a lot of damage. We want to see above 70k here, by the way. That's our goal. That's a lot of damage.
Come on, big damage.
We want 70k or more, guys, please.
Big blast.
Oh, we got a crit, I guess. Alright, I never get those, but sure. I think it's the first time I've ever gotten a crit on that, actually. And then now we just smack him once, and that's
I like this
it.
coming closer.
And punch. Another crit.
Hey,
oh my god.
double crit.
The amount of crits we got in this run is way too funny.
No RNG minute, by the way.
Damn.
Alright. 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 So, oh, I didn't mind me do that. Alright, so this area has a lot of encounters, and we're kind of have to just go through this. Enemies are ridiculously strong, by the way, but we have Titus with Flea. That's what we care about. Triple Mike Wazowski is what I call this one. I love them.
Yeah, this area's gimmick is that the map isn't filled out all the way. It's like all foggy and stuff, and you have to basically the speedrun just memorize where to go. There's like a big maze going on, and there's some items to get, nothing useful though. And one thing to touch on is that you want Titus in the party, like that's a given, but you don't want Yuna because she's faster than him, and she'll have to defend every single turn before he can flee, which adds up and wastes a bunch of time. Even if she's going to be used in a fight later on, which she might.
Yeah, that would suck really hard.
I'll be right back.
While we're being right back here, we got a $10 donation by Felly. Every time I hear Titus quip in battle, I expect the whip crack to occur. Am I the only one?
True. No. Actually, I agree. Alright, yeah, but this area can be really tricky on the first time you ever learn this run, because like the map is just so weird,
I'll be right back.
and like it's hard to tell where you're supposed to turn. You get disoriented pretty easily in this section. Thankfully, we know where to go. So actually, this area is also gigantic, and there's just so many encounters here as well.
I'll be right back.
So what happened earlier is when I killed Yunalesca, I didn't get a weapon, and when you get a weapon from her, it's always a zombie strike weapon, which is important. So since we didn't get one, we're gonna have to do a different strat, which is like whatever. It's kind of just standard at this point, and we're gonna give Titus zombie attack. So I've done the world to some time loss, not too big of a deal in this sort of setting. And we're gonna guys, I'm sorry. So I know everyone here who's played Final Fantasy X loves Battle of Seymour. It's one of the best songs in the game, right? We will not hear Battle of Seymour. I'm very sorry.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
The
yeah,
song
this is a genuine apology. That song slaps.
It's like literally one of the best songs in the game, and it just does not play in the speedrun, unfortunately. Just due to how the CSR is.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
That's how it be. You're gonna hear like the beginning song whenever you go up this floor. That's about it. The song when you fight Titus. I mean when you fight Seymour. We're gonna just do this. Let's play it safe. Yeah, that's good. All right, so this is a chance that I miss armor break on this guy. Very low chance. It happens to me in my best run of this game ever. So hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, because not only can the attack miss from Titus, it's like 3%, right? But there's a 1 in 256 chance that the effect of armor break also fails because of a coding error.
Yeah, it's horrible. Okay, guys,
and
so
you have both seen it happen.
Yeah, we've seen many things happen. So this boss, we have to one-shot him, or else this fight we will die. Let's see how much damage we can do to Seymour here.
Come on, Muhammad.
All right, 99999. The crit didn't even matter, but it was just funny to see. All right, and there you go. That's Seymour. That's Seymour Omnis. All right, so we're coming up to the end game, guys. I'm just praying we don't crash again. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take Yuna out, like Alien said. We don't want to have him and her in our party, or else we have to defend with her over and over again. Oh, this enemy right here is actually really, really important,
I'll be right
but
back.
not for this category, another category. That enemy can drop a item that makes it so you don't get any more encounters. That's very important for that category.
Live and let live.
Yeah, what this run used to be, I guess a little history is that, you know, you would run it like you would normally where we're doing right now, where we're just like playing the game and dealing with whatever hand we're given. And that's how the game was ran before a bunch of tools were developed
be right
to
back.
be able to track RNG and be able to manipulate it and see what seed we're on and all. But back in the day,
Live and let
there's no
live.
encounter armor from the Ghost in the the Cavern of the Faith was like sought after. It's like, man, if we could get a run with this, like we'd save so much time
I'll be
because
right back.
the last couple areas of the game have such a huge encounter rate that if you got it quick, you'd be able to save so much time. And yeah, that happened. Karkarn got a run that had the armor and like no RNG like
I'll
no
be right
tools.
back.
It was basically created as a response to him killing the category because he got the no encounter armor because it took like weeks and weeks and weeks of grinding to finally get a good run with it.
Yeah, and that category is made because like if that didn't happen, no one would run Final Fantasy X anymore. Essentially.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's banned in this category.
Alright, I gotta pray for this now. This is
Yeah, this area is very difficult. This is like the final, like, really big skill check of the run. Basically, the camera is in a really weird angle. It's spinning, it's really close up to you, and you have to get 10 of these little eggs, these holding items that are falling from the sky, and you just learn as you go. What you want to do is you want to walk towards the camera all the time, because you want to get as much scope of the area as possible to see where the spawns are. But if you're not careful, you're going to run into one of these stalagmites and you're going to get into an encounter. You get no encounters unless you run into one of them, and it wastes time and it sucks because you might not be able to get the egg that spawned because you got an encounter. So when you're like on hot pace, this part is extremely stressful because it's really high in variance and your skill and experience matter, and like there's like a risk management too that goes along with it, where you need to like scan back and forth, but at the same time you could just get unlucky like this. And yeah, these were kind of like spaced out, but
yeah, it's just really slow. Yeah, really, thankfully we get any encounters, but this is slow. Like sometimes. No, we're good. No, we're good. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sometimes it can be really slow like that, but we didn't get an encounter, that's all that matters. Alright guys, we are coming up to the final boss. I wonder if you guys have ever heard the song for this final boss before. It's a tune I think we've all heard from like anywhere, just like playing video game in general. It's a really popular song. I need to do a little bit of menuing first before doing anything else.
The final sphere grid. So because we didn't get a drop from Unaleska, Vermillion's going to have to go with Titus and get an ability called Zombie Attack. What that does is inflicts the zombie status, and just like Evere Alterna from before, if you are a zombie, you take 1,000,000 damage from Phoenix Down, and if you are susceptible to death, you get instantly killed. So that's kind of interesting. But what else we need to do is get Yuna the last of her stats. She has a very specific speed threshold that she absolutely needs to hit, or else the fight has like a 3 in 4 chance of just not succeeding. Like you just die. So we need to get that last bit of speed for her, and we have enough strength. We have enough utility, and now we have the final party.
Let's do this, guys. The final boss. Brass
All right.
Banger incoming. Alright, so first things first. Overdrive Riku, grenade, and we're just gonna throw a spear here. We're gonna talk to Dad.
I won't loop.
There you go. And then.
Thank you, Titus.
And then guess what we're doing? The real Dad's home. Let's go, Bahamut.
The Chaos Grenade inflicted a bunch of statuses and also armor broke him, so get ready for the damage.
Watch the damage, guys. That's a lot of damage.
Aww.
And talking to Dadge was really important because it makes him lose a turn. And if we couldn't do that, this fight would have to get lapped out to be completely different, because like this is already really tight, and the extra turn goes a long way.
We also just really hope he gives us one move. It's called Eject Beam. That would save us some time here. It's a 1 in 4 chance of hitting. We just want to see it. Please. Alright, one more hit. We want to eject beam, guys. Eject beam. Come on, just do it. Ah, no, we didn't get it. He's slashing us. It's slow. Yeah, it's a little slower. It's not bad. Heals a lot. All right.
He's curing the armor break. Will you do enough damage?
Alright, well he's out of armor break, guys. Let's see how much we do now. And he's dead. Alright, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Yep. Alright, we're just praying for no crashes here. Let's all be honest here. This part is infamous for crashing, so.
Pretty given.
Nod's head. Here we go. Let's go. Alright, so guys, I like to appreciate all the Aeons that we've got this whole entire run, you know. We got a lot of Aeons here. They helped us out the whole entire run and everything. And I think we need to appreciate them, you know. We're trying to get rid of all of them at this point. But it was a fun run. It was very up and down. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was really fun. And I think I can't think of any other perfect way to end the run than to show appreciation for our Aeons by helping them pay off their debts in the past. So special, we're just gonna throw some money at them. Here's some money. So that's Val4. Thank you for your service. So the reason why we have to do that is because the Aeons actually have a lot of agility, so it's actually really hard to hit them. But with Spirit Change, we will always hit them, essentially. If it was here, you know, didn't really do anything. But, you know, I think he deserves some pay as well, you know.
He works for tips.
So, funny enough, Ifrit actually has more health than Balfour, so we actually have to pay him more, even though he did nothing this whole entire run. Unfortunately. And also, I love the way that Ifrit dies here. Like, the way that his animation is really funny. Let's just see it. Not here. Not here. You guys see it. Here we go. There you go.
Oh, that was a bad one.
Yeah. Thank you for your service. Ixion, we were supposed to use you, but I messed up and I picked Shiva instead. My bad. Alright, Ixion. Actually a very strong Aeon in its own right. Very useful in the regular speedrun, the regular category. You're gonna use it a lot. You know, we still have some money in our back pocket. You know, I like how you just reaches to something and just pulls it out. Here you go, 30K. Thank you. How is Ixion even gonna grab that money? They have like no hands or anything. Just hoops. Alright, we have 2 Aeons left. Shiva, who helped us out a lot in this run. I should love this summoning animation so much for Shiva. It's always been so cool to me. Alright. And guys, once I pay Shiva off, there's only one person left to pay. And who was it? It's been the person that's been helping us the whole entire run. The big boy, Bahamut. I think he deserves the most pay. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah.
Here we go. Alright. Comes in all glorious and stuff. He knows what he did this whole entire speedrun. Without him, we would have nothing. possessed. Here we go. All of our money. We're gonna give him every last gil. Here we go. There you go. Thank you for your service. Goodbye, Bahamut.
Alright.
Alright, and there's one more boss left. I will call time soon, so get ready, guys. So, Yu Yevon is a really weird boss. So basically this boss will keep healing itself over and over again. Really annoying. So the way we're gonna kill this boss is we're gonna defend with a Yuna. We're gonna zombie attack with Titus. This will turn Yu Yevon into a zombie. And what kills zombies, guys? What kills zombies? A Phoenix down. We're gonna throw a Phoenix down at Yu Yevon and time.
And time. All right.
There you go.
Get
right.
unrevived.
Yeah, unrevived, easily, yeah. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching Final Fantasy X speedrun. It's one of my favorite speedruns. I think it's always been a really sick game. Shouts to Airlian for commentating this whole entire run with me. Appreciate it, dude.
Right on, man, no problem.
Yeah, he taught me this whole entire speedrun, actually. One night he taught me to me, and I was like, damn, this is a really cool speedrun. I want to learn it more. And that's how things go, you know, so... Shouts to that. Shouts to MAGFAST for having me here for this. I did speedrun Nier Automata yesterday, so it was cool to have me again for this game. Two of my favorite games ever, so really appreciate it. And before I leave, all I want to say is it's Titus, not Titus.
Hey, the poll agrees with you, so the people have spoken.
All right, yep. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, well, hey, thank you so much for running with us here on the stage for the second time here.